Fuel up for your fall routine with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Ready in just 2 minutes. Get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month with promo code section1050 at factormeals.com/section1050. You already know, Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. I saw someone today was posting like, man, like it's almost like they care about what they place on the Underdog Fantasy app more than the Red Sox. I don't put any action on the Red Sox. I stay outside of the Red Sox. I keep it's like a separation of church and state. Like I emotionally invest in the Red Sox, and then I'm making all my picks. My daily picks are non-Red Sox picks. I don't want to jinx it. So that person's completely wrong. Tweeting out my picks on a regular basis, putting them on my Instagram if you want to check them out. We win some, we lose some, but we try to win more than we lose. That's the name of the game. Shout out to Dick Williams, the manager of the 1967 Red Sox, who said we're going to win more than we lose. That's how I feel about my picks on the Underdog Fantasy app. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared, that's Jared, to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. What's up, and welcome back to the Section 10 Podcast, episode 504, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 74 and 72 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the motherfucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jake! You know what? People said we wouldn't play the positivity horn for the rest of the season. Those people are fucking stupid. Those people are wrong. Does this mean the Red Sox are going to the playoffs? Probably not.
Bobby Dolman.
Probably not.
Shut that shit off.
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know the answer to that question.
He's not involved in this.
We
Didn't
can't.
get
It's not
claimed.
0%.
Didn't get claimed.
It's not
Bobby
0%.
Dolman.
Shut the fuck up. It's not 0%. It's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely. But you know what? They're still playing interesting baseball. It's a low bar. All we want is them to go out swinging. Don't go down without a fight. Have the Baltimore Orioles come into town and take a series. Show some fucking pride. Don't roll over and let them pet your bellies. Punch them in the fucking cock. That's what the Sox did tonight with a Tyler O'Neill walk-off 3-run ding-dong to capture the series against the Baltimore Orioles. Hell of a night at Fenway Park tonight. Ba-doot, doot, doot. Mm-hmm. Yep. Big night for the Sox. Big night for the Sox. Very excited about tonight. Very excited about the season, the series victory against Baltimore. And everyone's like, well, does that mean that we're bringing back Clark's Ketchup? Yeah. We can make up our own rules. Like, we canceled Clark's Ketchup for one series, and guess what? Now it's back. All the votes are in. And we're going to talk about it. Clark's Ketchup officially back. Breaking news. Breaking news. Clark's Ketchup is back. Obviously, we're going to talk about Section 10 night. Before we even get into that, I just want to get out in front of this. I want to say this right off rip. There was parents who had a daughter that was probably like 7 or 8 years old. They were at the House of Blues. It was their first Red Sox game ever. And I was like, hey, like, let's do something special for her. Let's get her on the field for the pregame ceremony. We'll take some pictures and this and that. every time that I've asked, the Red Sox have been super cool and like been like, yep, like let's do that. There was 1 million people on the field. Like we were the first pitch. We were like the 34th pitch.
Yeah.
So I was told, we can't get her on the field before the game, but if they stay for the whole game, then we can get her on after the game. We can take pictures after the game. So by the time I received that information, they were like, all right, let's go. And they brought us out to the mound, and I told them to wait by the visiting dugout, like around that area. But when we finished the first pitch, they escorted us off the field on the first base side, and then I couldn't find them again. So I was like, I just got this girl's hopes up to come on the field for her first game to take pictures, and couldn't find them again after, to be like, if you wait, like we can get you on the field after the game. So if you're listening, obviously her parents, not her. I can't imagine that there are 7 or 8 year olds listening to this show. If you're the parents and you know who you are, hit me up, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Find me. I will look for your message, and I would love to take you guys to a game before the season's over, and we will do all that. We'll do we'll roll out the red carpet. We'll do the pictures on the field before the game and all that. I have Section 10 night was fucking amazing, but I couldn't enjoy it because I felt horrible about that the entire time. The entire time I was thinking about that. Like, I told this girl that I would get her on the field and then lost them in the crowd and couldn't do it.
You're a terrible person for that. And
I
that's
know
why you should feel bad. Yeah,
I know.
Because you're
You
a
hate
bad
children.
guy. Yeah, exactly.
I feel horrible about it. So I will make it up to them, the whole family, and this girl who it's your second Red Sox game, but I would love to take you as a guest, and we'll take pictures and pretend that it was your first Red Sox game.
Yeah,
It was actually Tyler's fault. It was actually Tyler's.
Whoa, me?
I was gonna go walk over to them, and Tyler was like, "Don't you fucking do it! Don't you walk over to them!" And he threatened me with violence, and that's when we walked off the field.
I was suffering in that moment. That's what he was doing. No, I saw Tyler making a whole commotion, so it was about not letting the little girl go on the field.
It was about not letting me go back over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I love children.
So
I love any child.
Okay.
Not like that.
Yep. So I'm gonna make it up to this family, and we'll do it big. But you gotta find a way to get in touch with me, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. We'll find it. I'll look for it. Anyways, Section 10 night was fucking amazing. Blown away by that. I knew it was going to be big because we were kind of like monitoring how many tickets were sold, and it was like upwards of 3,000. And I mean, like, eyeballing it, I would say Worcester was about 500, fair or unfair. I mean, it's hard to like gauge a crowd that way, but like 500-ish. 3,000-ish for Section 10 night at Fenway Park. There's so many different things that I could say about all of this, and I'll start with, outside of like getting rid of my guilt trip. I'm gonna start with, it was very cool to see everyone else enjoy it. Like, it was cool seeing Coley's daughters get to like see their dad in that light. It was cool seeing Tyler's mom and sister and girlfriend being like, they're chanting for my son right now. Like, they're chanting for my brother. Like, that's fucking wild. Dan Peralt, I mean, that was obviously like the best part of it. Got to see Dan. Absolutely love that. Seeing Jake out there fucking throwing out the first pitch. It was and for me, there was like a couple of moments where after we had thrown out the first pitch and they were walking us off the field and we were going up Canvas Alley to get to the concourse. Section 10 is straight up from Canvas Alley. So walking off the field, looking out into the crowd and seeing how many people were wearing Section 10 jerseys, and then looking into Section 10 and looking, like, I know where my seats are because they're the last row of red and they're on the railing there. So like looking there and being like, there's people wearing Section 10 jerseys like all over Section 10. Like, that's fucking crazy. And then at the end of the night, like we did a little interview. We did a little interview at the end of the night. So we were pretty much the last people at Fenway. And when we were walking out, I had stopped and went up by myself and just sat in my seat in section 10 with a completely empty Fenway Park and just took it in. Just was like, tonight was fucking insane that this happened. The idea that this could ever be possible is unfathomable to me. And then I guess just like, I don't know, it was like this weird, like, out of body experience of like, thinking of like 10-year-old Gerrit as someone that like is not me. Just like, it's almost like a younger brother. And then just being like handing this to that little kid and being like, look what we did. Like, this is for you. And then
it's like that LeBron commercial, right? Where like he's in the high school bedroom. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a night like I will never, ever forget.
I mean, best night ever. You guys got duck boats. I obviously didn't get that, but this is like number one for me.
I thought you were there, honestly. I thought you were just on a different boat.
Yeah, no, that's right. I was on a different boat. It was awesome. But no, starting at the House of Blues was a great idea. And the fact that we got to see all the listeners there, I got to say, initial shout out to Mike Eamon for a little piece of the vlog that he sent over to us. He interviewed some of the listeners of the show. I was like crying basically watching that in terms of what they said and how much the show matters to them. I know you guys have talked about what you've seen on the Reddit sometimes. How we get a little too Section 10, maybe talks a little too much about Section 10. This is the time to do it. I mean, this would definitely be the time to be reflective and kind of look back at how far we've come, and now having this night at Fenway Park and really just being super thankful for everybody that was there. All of our family members were there, getting to see them, and just they've supported us through this whole thing too. I mean, this is a lot to back people that are doing this every night. Like, the Red Sox season, baseball season, very long, and they've sacrificed, similar to us. So it was incredible. That's as close, I think, to when we walked out there, when we initially all go out on the field and kind of looking around, that's as close to like a dream that I've ever had in real life. I'm like, there's no way this is real. Like, this can't actually be happening. And that's what it felt like when we got the ball. You had the PA guy basically saying, all right, let's see some strikes. I'm like, that's not happening, but I'm just trying to get somewhere close here. And once we throw those, we come back. It just kind of, I don't know, it kind of hits you all at once that we really got to do that. And the Red Sox let us do that.
Yeah, there were many crazy parts of it, but one of the craziest parts was like the jerseys, looking around.
And they were so fresh.
Just
they came out
being
so good.
Underneath, like walking around Fenway Park and just seeing, you couldn't go more than a second without seeing someone wearing the Section 10 jersey. They were fucking everywhere, like absolutely everywhere. And I think what's one of the coolest things for us is the sense of community that the listeners feel. Because it's like, all right, you're at Fenway Park. So obviously we're all Red Sox fans here. Like, we have that in common. But if you're a Section 10 fan wearing the jersey and then you see someone else, a complete stranger, wearing a Section 10 jersey, now it's like, okay, we both love the Red Sox a lot. You must love the Red Sox a lot if you're listening to this, like you're watching the games and then consuming 3 hours of a podcast after a 3-hour baseball game. But it's like, now I know we also kind of have like the same sense of humor. So if you listen to Section 10, you have a certain sense of humor. And I feel like that's where a lot of people connect is between passions. Like, we're passionate about this one thing that takes a lot of dedication to keep up with. And we both laugh at the same kind of humor. So it was really cool just like scrolling Twitter and seeing these group photos with like 5 to 10 people in the jerseys, knowing like there's probably a chance that you guys like met tonight. Like, there's a chance that you guys didn't know each other before like the podcast came into your life, which is really cool. So that was another thing that kind of just like hit me that night, was like the community part of it. Steve?
I'm going to say this right now because I think it's one of the top things that needs to be said. the MVP of the night, for my money, is Tyler Milliken.
Mm-hmm.
What you did in the dunk tank. I forget how we came up with this idea. Maybe Coley. Who had this idea in the first place? Who was it? It was Jerry. Jerry. So if initially that comes up, we're trying to think of stuff to do. Obviously, rush to Tyler's stuff. We're like, we got to do something to this guy. But at first, I'm like, okay, this is funny. This is a funny concept, and this is going to be great. He's actually up there. This is crazy. After like 7 or 8 times you went down, Tyler, I started feeling bad because I'm like, his brain might get messed up. Like, this is a lot of going in the water. It's just not a natural thing to do. But credit to you, man. You handled it great.
Thank you. Leading up to it, it was kind of crazy too, because we didn't talk about it a ton the last couple weeks. It was like, oh no, we mentioned it, and it was like, what are the final details going in? Like, if you had asked me a week before, I was like, oh yeah, it's probably not going to happen. It was a funny thing we discussed. But then, building up during that date and getting the pictures outside from people of like, dude, it's coming in. It's on this big truck. You better be ready. And even though, like, personally, like, I fucked it up as bad as I possibly could. I came into the House of Blues. I was nervous and I was sweating. So I went into the little side area. I had swim shorts with me. I had everything I needed for this. I was drying my sweat and I had emptied my backpack. And I left my swim shorts in there. Now, like an idiot, I showed up wearing the whitest shorts anybody has ever seen. So, we get rushed in. We're all trying to push things along. And I get in the bathroom and I'm starting to change. And I absolutely start panicking. I am freaking the fuck out. I called Jake. I'm like, Jake, I don't have my swim shorts. We need to do something.
Wasn't Jake in the bathroom?
Yes. He's like, Tyler, I hear you screaming. He's like, stop. He's like, just wait a minute. Then there was a Section 10 fan in the stall next to me who's like, T-Dog, I don't know what's going to happen, bro. I'm like, this is the ultimate moment.
Yeah.
But, we went out there. It was crazy. Like the chanting, all that. You guys have been in this space for a long time. I have never been recognized at Fenway in my life. So just going there.
Well, you don't go there.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to be there first. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even
I
naming
never
that,
get recognized at Fenway, guy who's never been
me
there.
on the moon.
like
I've
2
just
to 3
never been
games a year the
Yeah.
last 2 years.
Yeah. Not one, like, I know it's like huge over there. Not one person in Japan has ever come up to me and been like, dude.
Yeah.
So it
What
was
would
very,
you do with the 10?
it was very shocking to walk out and there's, this massive group of people just screaming like T-Dog, T-Dog. But I did not expect to get dipped 40 times, but it was really cool. We raised over $1,000. My boy Stuart was working behind me and keeping me alive. Unfortunately, my baldness got exposed, but by far the coolest thing. And to have my mom do it, my sister, my girlfriend Puff did it. Like, that was the coolest thing in the world to me. For them to see what that world's like, because they just have never seen it because I don't go outside.
I got to meet Puff.
Did you guys have a nice moment together?
Yeah.
Did he look like you would expect, or
No.
like,
No.
why?
No, he looked normal. I didn't think that like someone would be like, yeah, like my friend from back in the day, like we go way back. I'm like, all right, this dude's obviously a mongoloid, but
That's my brother.
Yeah, he's normal looking. Yeah. But yeah, what a hell of a night. Tyler, definitely the MVP, got the 2 loudest pops because obviously he had to work from 98.5 the fucking Sports Hub during the day, and then came in and we were already there, and when he walked in the room after everyone had already been there for an hour, there was a loud pop for Tyler Milliken walking into the room. And then when we came from the House of Blues to Fenway where the dunk tank was set up, there was already a sea of people wearing Section 10 jerseys waiting for us. And he came around the curtain to get into the dunk tank, and it was a fucking rowdy pop for Tyler Milliken. Like, probably like there were 3 pops the entire day for the podcast. It was Tyler walking into the House of Blues, Tyler walking out to get into the dunk tank, and then me being the first person to dunk Tyler. Those are the 3 loudest pops of the day, and they all had to do with Tyler.
Yeah, it was impressive. Tyler, I do apologize. I in the moment, I was like, I want to dunk him so bad, so I pushed it, and I just shouldn't have pushed it.
No.
I think that's honestly borderline suspension worthy. But yeah, I Wally encouraged me, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he kept pushing it. I'm like, that looks so much fun.
The fuck out of me during that, dude. He must have dunked me 5-6 times. And where I will say, Steve, you gave the crowd what they wanted. Coley was a gentleman. When he didn't hit it, he
didn't
let it go.
Pete didn't do it.
But also, on top of Gerrit throwing a strike, Jake Oh my God, that clip that came out today was fucking badass. I was like, yeah, fuck that kid. Put him in the water. It was also very warm, which was kind of soothing, but I also sliced my hand during it, and my thumb's falling off at this point. I have some
Sliced
kind
it
of
on
disease.
How'd
I don't
you
know.
do
There was
that?
a sharp object in there when I was like kind of grabbing things on the way down. So, we'll see if I live. I don't know what I may have caught during that event.
Grabbing things on the way down, like you're trying to avoid going. You got to go down. I mean, that's the point of the dunk tank. You got to get down.
The first time I heard something snap in my knee, I didn't think to like brace when I was going into the water, and it was just like a really bad clicking noise.
Go.
You just kept getting up so fast. Like, at no point did you think, like, let me slow, like, I can control the pace here. You were like, nope, got to get out right back on the seat, which was very funny. The white shorts was very funny. When like the Red Sox people were like, is he throwing a pitch? We were like, oh yeah. And they were like, no, he's not. Not like that, he's not. And I was like, think of how funny it would be if he just, like a dog caught in the rain, just soaking, just drenched on the mound.
That's what it was. Legit, I got in the bathroom. I realized I didn't have a towel. And that's when another session of panicking started. And I had packed a Section 10 hoodie, and I used that to dry my body as much as I could. And they gave me that little bucket hat, which everyone said looked like a bonnet. But hey, I rocked it.
Yeah. Wally came out of nowhere with that. Wally does not like you.
At all. We share a birthday too.
You don't give a damn.
That.
Yeah.
Wally's birthday is different every year.
Yeah, they keep changing it. Oh, this year you guys share it? Okay.
We did. I remember he tweeted me happy birthday.
That's actually a smart move. Like, butter you up before he just like dunks you 20 times on Section 10 night. Wally always knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Wally gave me a card, gave me a gift. He gave me the Roman Reigns t-shirt. Shout out to Wally. Fucking love Wally. Coley, what were your takeaways from the night?
I don't know. Like you said, I think the most jarring thing was seeing, like, walking into Fenway and seeing all the jerseys. Like, we've been to Fenway so many times, most of us, and I don't know. Like, I don't know. You think like, oh, even if it is 3,000 jerseys, that's gonna be so spread out. Like, that's not even what's that, like a 12th of capacity? Obviously there are a lot of Orioles fans there. So I didn't think it would look so concentrated. Like, Ref Snyder hit that home run into center field, and it was just into a sea of green jerseys. Like, that was scary. Seeing Wally in it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was just tremendous.
Yeah. Well, I forgot about that. Wally was wearing a Section 10 jersey.
Yeah.
We took the picture out by the buildsubmarines.com.
Wally called us over for that. That was very funny.
Yeah. Yeah, very crazy. I think it was like Tyler O'Neill had hit one of his 2 home runs, and then they cut to someone in the stands like holding up the Section 10 jersey, like people going nuts. Yeah, very, very bizarre. Like, I mean, we were there, so like I didn't get to listen to the broadcast. So I don't know if like anyone, like, there were any moments on the broadcast about it. But yeah, it was basically a 8.5 hour meet and greet.
That could have kept going if we're being honest.
Yeah, it was from 2 p.m. at the House of Blues until the final out of the game. A consistent stream of Section 10 people from 2 p.m. until about 10:30 p.m. And then the Netflix guys put mics on us for the first pitch. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, that'll be cool. Who knows if they'll use it, but fine. Like, that's cool that they stuck mics on us. So we were mic'd up for the first pitch. And then at the end of the game, they asked if we would do like a little interview by Canvas Alley. And we were like, yeah, sure. So we do the interview, and I had no voice. Like, my voice is still kind of fucked from 8.5 hour, really 10, because we did 2 hours of Baseball is Dead, then an 8.5 hour meet and greet. Like, my voice was cooked. So like, I'm in the Netflix doc sounding like I smoked a pack or a carton of cigarettes that day. And when they had mic'd us up for the first pitch, I I forgot that it was there. I was already wearing a mic because I was mic'd up for the vlog. So I had double mics, but I had the Netflix mic on. And we're probably like 2 hours into the Fenway meet and greet. And this dude comes up to me and he's like, yo, man, so we're Eskimo brothers. And I was like, hang on one second. I got the Netflix mic on. And I said, take it off. I was like, cool. All right. Yeah. Tell me who. I mean, obviously want to tell me who. So that's when I took it off, but I had to put it back on for the interview, which was, it was cool. It was cool. It was cool having fucking Pete there. Pete was there. He stayed until the end. He was part of the Netflix interview. He got at the probably like an hour into the House of Blues event. He showed up and stayed for the whole fucking time. John Feidelberg, this magnificent bastard, took a train from New York just to be there, and then like woke up early the next morning to go back to that shithole that is New York. I mean, out of everyone, like I asked Pat Light, and like he's Pat Light. Pete was like, yeah, I think so. Like if I have it open, then I'll definitely be there. John Feidelberg was just like, yup, I'm there. Like didn't even like immediately. Like he had no idea if he had something scheduled that day or not. I was just like, hey, it's September 9th. He's like, yup, I'm there. And he came all the way from fucking New York. And he was there, which was awesome. It was great to see Pete. I haven't seen him probably.
I know.
Wasn't there like a random game that you and Pete went to, Steve, and you guys were like chirping me from like up above? Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was a while ago. That
was
way
2021 or 22. I think that was 22. I think that was when I was living at Fenway. I think that was 22.
Yeah. It feels longer. I thought it was 21. I don't know. It feels ages ago. But yeah, it was. Seeing Pete was awesome. He walked into House of Blues and just slapped me in the ass so hard, like from behind. And I'm like, I hope that's somebody I know, because that's a bizarre way to say hi. But sure enough, it was Petey Pumpkins. I am happy you got to do the Netflix thing. I'm pissed I missed that. I wish we had a little more of a heads up, got my family time in during the game. It didn't. What? What's that?
I didn't say anything.
No, what's that? What's that?
I didn't say anything.
No, what was that?
I didn't say
He
anything.
didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
Jake, did he say anything?
Jake, what did I say?
I didn't hear much, no.
Yeah, it's because I didn't say a fucking word. That's why.
All right. But yeah, still, I mean, it was. I tried to get back in the park because I realized I have to. Yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it again.
Doing what?
You're not
Doing
saying
what?
anything. You're not
I
saying
didn't
anything.
say anything. I didn't say anything.
All right.
Spit it out.
But it
What
did
ti-
not seem like we were doing anything after the game.
What
gonna
time
try
was the flight?
What?
What time was the flight?
What are you talking about?
Your family's flight back to California, where they live?
This is all right. So this is where we're going to differ the most.
I'm just asking a question. I just asking a question.
Can I explain myself? Because I always know the look on your face. I know you very well.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say
I
nothing.
already knew how you
What
were
did I
going to
say?
feel about
What did
me
I say?
spending time with the family. I knew you
What did I
weren't going
say?
to love it. I knew you
What did I
weren't
say?
going to love it.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
It was the third inning.
Mm-hmm.
We had been doing back to that spot where the dunk tank was, doing
Mhm.
more of the meet and greet stuff with everybody,
Mhm.
which was great.
Mm-hmm.
And it genuinely did seem like it was winding down. I was talking with Eamon.
It
He's
went
like,
for the
yeah,
entire
I think,
game.
can I get this out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Talking with Mikey, who did a great job along with Corey, getting the documenting all the content.
Mhm.
And he's like, yeah, I think I'm done filming. It kind of seems like we're winding down here. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go, spend some time with my family who came to support me and you guys on Section 10 night, bought tickets with a couple friends there. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch some of the game with my family. But I could see the look on Jerry's face.
I didn't even
after
know
the
that you
game.
left, so that didn't even. Oh, after the game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but after the game, because I'm saying bye to the family, I get a call from this is 15 minutes after the game ended of like, hey, Netflix wants to do this thing on the field. I'm like, perfect. I got the microphone. I'll come down right now. This is going to be great. I basically bump into like the most intense security guy of all time at Gate D, and I knew this was going to happen because he was giving somebody a hard time that had a credential that was trying to get back in. And I'm like, oh, this guy's got a credential and he's not even allowed back in barely. Like there's no chance here. So I'm like, hey, we just had Section 10 night. We're doing something with Netflix. This is like the mic for it. Like, can I just head down there? Nope, no chance, buddy. You got to go. You got to get out of here. Like he immediately just told me to get lost. which was a nice like bring yourself down to earth moment because everyone was so nice to us all night. And hearing the stories of listeners, how far they flew in from, which is insane. Finally got to meet Joey Gundy, who's one of our most loyal followers who buys all the merch back to like 2017. But yeah, I wasn't pumped about that because I knew Jerry wouldn't be too pumped about it. And then I obviously didn't want to miss the Netflix thing. But hearing that, PD Pumpkins got to do it, seeing some of the photos of you guys out there. I mean, I'm obviously a little jealous, of course, but I'm happy you guys got to do it. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say.
I mean, everyone else stayed for the entire time for the meet and greet, and our families were there. I mean, I still got to spend time with my family.
But am I mistaken in saying that around like the third, there weren't a lot of people?
No,
Tyler, you were off to the sidewalk.
At no point did I have a break. My line was a line from the time that we came back from the first pitch. I stood in front of that banner and took pictures until the line was done, like 15 minutes after the game was over.
It was going into the bathroom. It was crazy.
Yeah, but not at that point.
At no point did the line like finish until after the game was over. So I had I had my own Section 10 jersey that I was wearing, and then I had an extra because I was like, I want everyone to sign it. So like I think Jake went and watched the game for like a few innings, but then he came back and Jake signed it, Coley signed it, and I was like, where's Steve? Like, where the fuck is Steve? Where's Steve? And they're like, we don't know. We don't know where Steve is.
No one texted me. I wasn't getting the where is Steve urgency, honestly.
I didn't text anyone. Like I was, because the game was to my right. Like I was trying to watch the game. So I had the game on my phone. Yeah. So I was watching the game on my phone. And then the line literally never stopped. So I was like, I don't know where the fuck Steve is. And I figured you would come back and you just never came back. So I was like, well, what the fuck?
If I'm just being fully honest here, I figured that if a long line was starting to form and it was like really ramping up, that someone would have been like, yo, you got to get back. Like, we're really having. Jared, why would I lie about what the line is? It was not a long line in the third inning. It was not. I know it wasn't. I was there. I was standing right there talking to people.
I was at the front of it. It never ended. The line
but
never.
It wasn't. I talked to Mike about that. Like, it wasn't like a huge amount of people.
Everyone else was there.
I don't want to make a whole stink out of it.
That's
I don't want to
fine.
make a whole stink out of it.
That's fine. I'm just saying everyone else was there.
But
everyone's family was
pinning
there.
me as the bad guy. You know I love the listeners. We were talking with listeners.
You left
from
and never came back.
I talked with listeners from 2 to 8 for 6 hours, and then I spent some time with my family.
Yeah,
no, it's credit to you.
Everyone's family was there. Everyone's family.
I know
was there.
My family was watching the game. They bought tickets for the game. They wanted to watch
Everyone
the game.
Else's family bought tickets to the game.
But what I knew this is how you were gonna feel about this. But I'm never gonna feel bad about spending time with the family during the game.
Okay,
it's
but there's one Section 10 night you can go to a game with your family night.
They're
and
there
everyone
to
was there
support me
waiting in
on
line.
Section 10 night. That's the whole
Everyone's
encompassing
family
thing.
was around as we were taking pictures with everyone.
I didn't see everyone's family there. I didn't see everyone's family
was standing there.
I didn't see everyone's family there. I didn't see everyone's family there. I talk with listeners for 7 hours on Section 10 night. It's not like I'm not talking to listeners. I love the listeners of this show. I say that all the time.
I guess, but you were the only one that left.
Jerry.
So when you weren't around for the Netflix thing, everyone was like, well, he left and he didn't come back.
Did Eamon not update you? He was calling me, though. He was talking with me. We were talking on the phone about it.
But
I was trying to get back in.
You were outside the park. Yeah.
I'm saying bye to my family. Then I'm going to see what you guys are up to. There was never a time where it seemed like this was a full game meet and greet. I'm saying during the game. Because like we didn't have like some listed out, like here's exactly what's going to happen. And so it seemed like things were winding down a little bit. I'm like, I'm going to spend some time with my family.
We all spent time with our family at the meet and greet.
But you're making it seem like me spending time with my family watching the game is absurd.
I'm saying you're the only one that left. I'm saying you're the only one that left and didn't come back.
But that you're pinning that like it's the craziest thing ever on Section 10. I'm watching the Red Sox.
That's not that crazy. We were there to meet all the people that bought tickets.
I'm talking with Section 10 fans in that section. There's a ton of them in the section we were in. We're shooting the shit the whole game.
I would venture to guess that there were more at the meet and greet, which went for the entire game. So.
Which is great.
Fine.
I mean, I love the listeners of the show.
If you want to spend time with your family, that's fine. Which you
doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like it.
Well, I mean, everyone else was there. So it's just a little weird when I left. I didn't see Jake. I'm like, I didn't
see Jake. I didn't know where Jake was. I had no problem with that. I couldn't. We were like, where's Jake? I don't know. He's probably watching the game. So then I go to watch the game.
I mean,
were you
that's fine.
Ricochet shot at Jake. Jeez.
No, I'm again. This is back to saying that it didn't seem like this was going to be a full game thing in the third inning when I went to watch the game with my family. But the point is, when that happened, that's what I'm going off at, Jerry. I don't want to make a whole stink out of it. It was an incredible night. Had a blast. Talked to hundreds of listeners of this podcast.
We talked to thousands because we were at the meet and greet.
I think my favorite part was how many people were like, I entered promo code Gerrit on Underdog. And I told 1,000 people to take both the Bayo higher on Ks, which he fucking drilled, and the Story lower on home runs, which an alarming amount of people took the higher on that. Like, listen, that pays my salary. I'm okay with that. But you're lighting your money on fire. Like, calm the fuck down. Double plays turned. If we had that for a higher, hammer it. Home run? Like, what are we talking about?
I just burped up some Border Cafe. I'm sorry. Special shout out to Adam, who came to the House of Blues and gave me a black Sharpie and said, sign anywhere. He said if I had done it on his face, he would have tattooed over it. He was like, anywhere you want it. And he had like a little like skull crossbone tattoo here. So I was like, I'll just do it over that. And then I called my tattoo guy and I was like, hey, there's a guy here that he's like, sign my arm and I'll get it tattooed. I was like, can you take him right now? And he was like, send him over. So he fucking Ubered to Chelsea, 15 minutes away, got the tattoo, and then came back and was there in time for first pitch. That was fucking awesome. So shout out to Adam for that.
I saw him leaving. Crazy. I didn't know he was going to get it actually done. He was like, oh, look, Gerrit just signed this.
Had the tattoo done by first pitch. Yeah. He probably like was, he made it back for the pregame ceremony.
That's the most legendary thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Shout out Tyler, sign guy, who came in with the shiesty Tyler Milliken.
I thought you were just shouting yourself up for a second. Shout out Tyler Milliken. I'm like, all right.
Had the Kenley boy sign on one side and the Tyler shiesty on the other. Banger sign, one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Everyone in my family got a picture.
Is that what the other side said?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's what it said.
Wasn't it Kenley?
What? No, what did the other side say?
That's not the fucking side we're talking about.
All right. It was Tyler getting suspended, was it not?
It's a suspended Tyler. It's an actionable sign.
I was focused on the shiesty. Banger design, though.
I'm trying to think of what else.
Real quick.
Out. Steve?
Jerry, would you like the ketchup? Tyler gave me the Clark's ketchup sign, and Ellen has it if you would like it.
Oh. The sign guy ketchup?
Yeah, that sign. Yeah.
Because
he basically dedicated it. He like donated it to the pod.
But we also have actual custom made bottles of Clark's ketchup.
Yeah, what was the name? I should remember the name. I'm terrible with names. I've talked to him before. He gave us each one of one ketchup bottles that had like inscriptions on it. That was insane.
They're all personalized bottles of ketchup. I feel like so at some point, probably at this point, it'll be the off season. I'm gonna be building out it's gonna ultimately be the Section 10 studio, and that'll be out here. And we're just going to have so much random shit. And like the cool part about it is that a lot of it is like fan submitted, like the custom bottles of ketchup and the sign guy and he had Matt. I met Matt and Lucy for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So Matt's going to Matt made the Clark's ketchup piece of wood over here, and he's going to make a Nuttown one, which is going to go up on the wall. He made the Eddie's goat milk and Steve's background.
Matt,
that's gonna look cool when it's all put together.
Sister.
So, what did he say?
Just telling them how much of a failure I am for breaking the sign and like how fucked up I am.
Oh,
and
they
were agreeing with him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Awesome people, though.
Yeah, they're the best.
I'm sorry.
Matt definitely likes roasting people. That is in his DNA. He's
great hugger.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Lucy.
If we're talking
Lucy
custom
made me
stuff,
a patch
though,
that said Section 10 loves the gays.
Really good. Wait, that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to @cut.up.cards on Instagram that made that one of one card.
Oh, yeah.
Of all of us. Tyler couldn't sign it, unfortunately, because he was suspended. But yeah, he's going to make one of those for each of us. So that's pretty awesome.
My new favorite thing now at any Section 10 events is like when they make me the bracelets. So I had gotten this one in Worcester. Like we all got these in Worcester, right? As we were walking by.
Rest in peace, Bullet.
Yep. I got these two at Section 10 night. So I'm gonna wear these every day, and then hopefully as it becomes more and more a thing, then I'll have a selection. I don't know that I'll wear like a million at the same time. I'll probably keep it to like 3 to 5. But yeah, if you want to make me a bracelet, I'll fucking wear it.
Did you guys have the dude that said, "Can you type your name in my notes app"?
Yeah,
I did do that.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
Legendary.
have like a pen or anything for you to sign. Can you just type your name into my notes app? And I was like, sure.
That was one of the funnier requests in a while. That was great.
I was into that. I'm also very much into warmer and sunnier days. You know, it makes me hungry. And you can fuel up for those warmer and sunnier days with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer, thanks to oh boy, in time for summer, thanks to the
For the
menu
Australian
of,
listeners, we had a lot of Australian listeners there. It's
Mhm.
winter for them now. It's about to
Right.
be spring and then summer. So fucking
Yep.
pay attention, you Aussie scum.
right. It's they started listening once we signed Liam Hendricks, which
Mhm.
makes a ton of
Mhm.
sense.
Caught my first pitch.
Yep. Oh yeah, we have to address that as well. Thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto, Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day that you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35, oh my God, that smells awful. Not the Factor, my breath. With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this month with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious from breakfast to dessert. Stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep the kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready to go in just 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, protein, maximize your protein intake, avoid meat, and simply eat in a well-balanced diet. I'm having a stroke, I think.
Yeah.
Head to factormeals.com/section1050 and use the promo code section1050 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's promo code section1050 at factormeals.com/section1050 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Jake, we haven't heard from you. What was your big takeaway from Section 10 night?
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the best days of my life. I think, like I've had it to a smaller extent where I show up to Fenway and a couple of people are like, "Hey, what's up, Jake?" Which is, even that is just crazy. But like having like a line of people just waiting one after another, wanting to talk to me, like autographs, just genuinely like appreciating all the work that I put in was just honestly surreal, man.
Yeah. The video or the clip that Mike Eamon sent to us today.
Oof.
I mean, geez, it was, I didn't even know that he did that. He was like pulling aside people at the House of Blues meet and greet and like asking them like what the podcast meant to them, and people talking about like, like it's that finding community thing. It's, and a lot of people that like came up in line were like, when I was going through a hard time, like you guys were there and I listened to you when I was deployed and like all that stuff. So, I mean, to me, when people say that to me, like you're our escape, I'm like, dude, right back at you. Like there'll be plenty of nights where I'm in the worst mood of all time and I come in here and then we record for 3 hours and then on the other side of it, I just feel so much better and I forget what I was pissed off or upset about before I came in here. So like the show and the I guess like seeing everyone and hearing from everyone and hearing their stories, like that's like when we did both meet and greets, like I'll ask them questions. Like they'll come up and I'll just be like, when did you start listening? Like what's your like, favorite bit or whatever? Like do you have a favorite story? And so it's just cool to hear like when people got in and like immediately I can just like jump back to that point in time and be like, oh yeah, like I started listening in like April 2019. I'm like, oh, Ice Horse. And they're like, yeah, that was my first episode. I'm like, yeah, you must have been so fucking confused. So yeah, no, that was really cool getting to hear like everyone else's story on top of that.
It is cool putting like the faces to the pictures. You're like, wait, you sent in a merch pic, right? Like you were in Minnesota, I think. You were at Petco Park. Like you just kind of go down. Like, how did you know? It's like, because we post these, like we retweet this stuff.
Right.
I think there's always that element of people that, just that portion of the audience that listens to the show is like, how did you remember? Like, I can't believe. The listeners of the show matter just as much as anyone that we meet in our day to day. Like, if anything, that's the only reason that we're able to keep doing the show is because of the support of the people, that tune in and buy the merch and all that. So I am always kind of caught off guard. I think Coley mentioned it on the Woo Sox episode of kind of being caught off guard. Wow, these people like really care this much, like about me, like about us. Like there's almost you do have to have a moment where you're like, are you sure we're the right people that are getting that reaction? So it's right back to all you guys. Like those conversations are awesome. And you're right, that Eamon clip, like I think I did cry. I think I at least got misty. At least there was water in the eyes. I don't know if it fell, but he did an incredible job with that. Classic Mike, by the way, where it's like he's also recording us talking with people, and then he's also going out on the patio getting like interviews, and the lighting's perfect and everything.
He's the best. He does this. The
hand trick. I learned that if your hand's lit up like that, then it's good for the lighting.
And Corey too.
He's the best.
Corey was incredible.
Got all the
pictures.
Shots. We're starting to get all those pictures.
Yes, everybody. Like I have pictures with my family that like I never had or would have thought to take them in those kind of situations, and to see the overlap. There were a lot of people who were there at Worcester who came for this event as well, and were like, hey, we wanted to represent once again and see you. Amanda, one of the people in that video, always active on Red Sox Twitter, but she was there, in Worcester. Same with Grace, who was with her. But I don't know. It was even cool for me because there were a lot of people who were like, hey, I listened to Section 10, back in 2017, 2016, 2018, like before you came, and they're like, you know what? It took a little time to get used to you, but we fuck with you now. Like, we rock with you. And there was also a group of people, a solid chunk, that were like, hey, I started during the Name Redacted era. Like, it was a mixture of both. And it was cool to hear people who came from Name Redacted and grew into it. So, I don't know. It was nice to get the love from both sides.
Yeah. There was two, I mean, there's probably more, but as far as like people that I talked to that told me where they came from, two people came from California. One dude came from Alabama.
Him and his girlfriend.
Another dude came from Nashville.
There were a couple came from like a man and a woman.
A man and a woman. People were coming all over the place. They were coming from all corners.
Yeah, that part was surprising.
Yeah, I was like, my mom's here, but they were coming all over the place from all corners of the country. Some people, I mean, there were a lot, and that was the one thing I was gonna say. Is I know multiple people that came there alone, and I was like, really, you did, but you didn't. It's kind of like I'll go to like Red Sox games by myself, but I don't ever feel like I'm alone or I'm by myself. Like I know I'm gonna fucking run into someone that I know and like have like a little stop and chat. And if you're going to a Section 10 event alone, you're going to run into someone where it's like, hey, I know you from Twitter. Or you're just going to strike up a conversation with someone and you know that you're just going to naturally have a lot of things in common and be able to make a new friend. So that part was cool, seeing everybody interact. That's what's going to happen eventually. Is like we're going to be doing so many like Section 10 events that like people are going to have events without us. Like we're not even going to be like there's going to be like Section 10 parties that we're not invited to. It's like, yeah, no, like.
No, we saw you guys at House of Blues. Shut up.
We have a picture already. Fuck off. Yeah.
My favorite is like people will stand in line and wait to talk to you, and then they'll be like, "Can I get a picture?" And then they'll turn to the person behind them. That person will take the picture, and then the next person will come up and be like, "Do you mind if I get a picture?" It's like you just took a picture for someone. Like, it's just a very funny thing where, like, people are still being extremely respectful. But at a certain point, I was just, like, obvious. Like, no, you specifically fuck off. Everyone else can get one except you. Like, it just killed me.
Yeah. It was very cool. Very memorable night. Obviously great that the Red Sox won. It would have been nice if they just stopped at 10, if they had put up 10 runs.
Or won by 10. Pick a win, one or the other. But, I mean, I don't want to talk about it anymore. The only thing I do want to talk about is a question I saw a lot of people asking, which was, Tyler, what pitch did you throw? I saw a screwball I saw knuckle curve.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I saw you were intentionally trying to hit a lefty. What was that? What was that pitch?
No, it was a sweeper that got away from me. It kind of just kept sweeping a little bit, and thankfully
You almost killed Nick Sogard.
I came close, but Liam Hendricks was there to save the day. He took care of me.
Mhm.
At least I didn't
And
bounce it
reports
like some
today that
people.
He is not going to pitch this year.
Yeah, he's not
basically.
coming back
For the
now.
season.
Yeah.
Don't
because of
pin that on me.
Yeah, it was like a torn lat from reaching over to catch your first pitch.
Did any of you guys
Hyperextension.
did any
Yeah,
of you
people were
guys
asking
congratulate
who
him?
we threw our first pitches to and how we selected them? We didn't.
No, we didn't.
Congratulate who?
Liam Hendricks
On what?
getting nominated for the Roberto Clemente Award. Oh,
Oh,
see,
no, I didn't
you
even
guys
know
are all
that.
dickheads.
I said what's up to him. I said what's up to him.
I didn't know that, and B, I congratulated Dick Fitz on his big league debut.
Very nice
Yeah.
guy.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
I
Extremely nice, dude.
nominated Liam Hendricks for the award. He's there because of me. Didn't need to.
Yeah.
He thanked me actually.
Yeah, I didn't know that he got nominated. I did, however, go up to Nick Sogard, who caught my first pitch, and say, "This guy right here," pointed to Tyler. I was like, "He's your biggest fan in the entire world." I made sure that they met each other. But yeah, people were like, "Who threw out to who, and how did you select them?" We didn't. They just came out, and we waited for whoever to like line up directly in front of us. And I was like, "Oh, am I getting Willier? No, no, no. All right, Nick Sogard, good, cool."
No, Willier eyeballed everybody. He said, "Which one of these studs is going to actually throw a strike?" And he
These
said,
chuckle fucks.
"He said McMahon."
Mm-hmm.
I also
I think Coley did have the only strike.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve
What is
points
that?
for
What is
being
that,
wet.
Tyler?
I deserve points for being wet. That's all I'm saying.
But those are separate things. We already said
Nah.
you were the MVP. Now you're getting greedy. Like
I'm
you were
not.
the MVP, though.
I'm done.
I would have thrown a strike if I was on the end. It's very nerve-wracking when you have a Red
Dude.
Sox player on your left and on your right, and you're trying to throw in the middle of the two guys. I'm just like, let me just get it in there so I don't kill anybody. But if I had just one guy there, then yeah, I've already done it. I've already fucking done the first pitch at Fenway and throw a dart right to the chest of Alex Cora. Yes, Tyler.
Did you guys all chop it up with Cora before I got out there? I heard there was
Yeah.
a picture of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Extremely cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey
He's
gave a funny look, by the way.
disgusted.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was-
He looked up. He's like, "Oh, this is for you guys." Like, come on. What are we
kept
doing
looking
here?
at he kept looking at the standings, being like, we have to be better. Like,
Yeah.
we cannot.
If
And I'm not
this-
exaggerating in the slightest. He was like, we cannot allow, like, I need to be better. It was a big reflective moment for him
Yeah.
and the team.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, we got to win more baseball games. If this is how we're getting people to the ballpark as you guys, we really have to win more baseball games.
hmm He's right.
I mean, they went out and put up a dozen runs after that. Cora probably went in the clubhouse. He was laughing and giggling with us, and then he fucking went in the clubhouse and closed the door and took out a bat and crushed the fucking cooler.
yeah.
It was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what people are here for. Turn on the monitors. Pulls up a picture of Tyler Milliken. This is what people are here for, not
See-through
you.
shorts.
This is what people are here for. Now get out there and fix it. And they
12
scored
runs.
more runs in that game than they had scored in over a month.
By the way, atmosphere at that park insane on Monday night. I had
Buzzing.
not seen a Fenway crowd like that in a long time. We're standing for 2 strikes. What's going on with this? That's absurd. But yeah, Cora was funny. It was a very specific look of like these fucking guys. Like what is going on here? But that was
Bunch of
probably
chuckle
one of the
fucks.
highlights of the night.
Mhm.
Chuckle fucks. Yep.
Yeah, bunch of great moments. So now my journey is complete. I've completed the first pitch gauntlet. I was waiting for I did Worcester, and then I did Fenway solo, and then Fenway with Section 10. So now I'm gonna get them all framed and put together. Very excited to put that piece together. Yeah, it's been a hell of a run for the first pitch gauntlet. But now that it's done, I don't know. Like I don't know what goals I have left. I'm kind of just that's it.
Yeah, just kind of die at this point, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's like Grand Theft
Yeah,
Auto. You beat the story mode, but you still keep going. There's things you can do in life. You have side missions.
No.
There's so many games that don't involve like extreme amounts of crime and murder that you could have referenced.
Mm.
Who doesn't like a little crime and murder?
Probably
That's
the
true.
Red Sox.
I gave Tyler a big hug at the end of the
It was
night.
sexual.
A big one. It wasn't.
I'll be on. No,
very
it was.
platonic.
You were like
No, it was-
gyrating on my waist a little bit. It
I
was
don't
kind
know
of
that I was
crazy.
doing
You were
that.
in front of Martha too, and she didn't say anything to stop it, which it's okay. But I don't do well. Like I wasn't touched a lot as a child, so when I get that kind of like
Good.
skin on skin treatment,
Jesus.
I had to
The hell-
stop him.
What are you talking about?
I had to stop him. I didn't know where he was going.
That could have
saving
been
him for
dangerous.
myself,
That could
yeah.
have been dangerous.
Let me save you from yourself right there.
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I don't know. It's not what you want. Yeah. Yeah, you needed to slow down. You needed to pause. You needed a 10-second timeout to figure out where you were going to go. With
Thank
that.
you for
Congrats
touching
on the
me.
new apartment, Tyler. I forgot to
Yeah,
say
that's
that.
sick,
Really
dude.
nice
Yeah.
city view you got.
yeah,
Yep.
the Brockton skyline. They've been doing a lot of work in the inner city area to really make it look a lot better. So yeah, this new little penthouse I'm rocking is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's
So-
dope.
Gucci
That's
couch over here
Okay.
on that side. Yep.
Good old
Yeah,
kitchen
that's
couch.
For.
Yeah. That's it. When are you going to do a housewarming party or no?
You know, we have a lot of reconstruction kind of going on throughout the apartment right now.
Okay.
Classic apartment lingo reconstruction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Place looks like it's fully set, but
Um,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
reconstruction.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know why
it's-
they would
It's the second
rent out a
floor.
brand new unit to someone if they were working on it at the same time. But
I got a good deal on it. The basement's not finished
Oh.
either. Make sure you send me the
there's
number.
a basement. It looks like you're on the fucking 20th
You're on
floor.
the 30th floor. Dude.
Yeah.
It's
It's
buy
weird.
one, get one free apartments. If you got one up high, they give you one down low.
Yeah.
Classic
Yeah.
apartment thing. You guys wouldn't get it. It's
Yeah.
apartment thing.
Yeah.
Brockton.
Yeah,
Brockton
the
lifestyle.
basement of my fucking 20th floor apartment. It's crazy down there.
Send me the number for that interior design guy, Jared, please.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. Okay, boom. Well, all right, that'll do it.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
It was big that they won on Section 10 night because if they didn't, then it would have been super annoying that a great night would have finished with like, you guys are jinxes. It's like, no, dude, they're under 500 at home this year. They're just not, they don't play good baseball at home. They've lost many times here. If they were, I don't know, 52 and 11 at home and then they lost on Section 10 night, it'd be like, that's kind of odd, right? You know, playing a good team, I guess, but they really never do lose at home. No, they lose at home a lot, and they won on Section 10 night, and it was kind of like one of the more decisive games of the entire season, especially at home.
The way this series was going, it very much felt like kind of what we said was going to happen happened. It's like, oh, it could be a magical night, Section 10 night. Maybe we give them a little bit of a buzz, a little jolt or something. And it all just kind of happened that way. And then you thought, okay, they're going to lose the next two games. That's how it's going to go. So now I don't want to jump ahead, but like the finale has me feeling.
Whoa.
I don't know how to feel now because of what just happened.
Going into that game, the offense had been completely dead. It was 4 out of 18, right? You would, gone out there and scored more than 3 runs. So to have that kind of outburst was ridiculous. You make, kind of a moment with the Red Sox that hadn't happened since 1994, where Ref Snyder and O'Neill going back to back twice. Last time that happened was Mo Vaughn and Tim Naring. Like, that's crazy. It'd been that long since you had something like that take place. And for it to happen on Section 10 night was pretty magical. Even with Bayo not being his sharpest.
Yeah.
I mean, they were also down immediately in the first inning, and it was just like, here
Right.
we go. Povich shoved against us when we saw him in Baltimore, and they just really didn't give a fuck. Not one.
Beating a lefty starter.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably
That-
the most righties we've had at our disposal this season.
Definitely was
'Cause,
Story
like,
there.
when Story was up at the beginning of the year, like Romy wasn't playing.
16 and 26
Ref
against
Snyder
lefties
was
now.
out then as well, so that's where it's just like, yeah, this was the deepest righty lineup they've had, and they turned it on.
And it was a moment with Ref Snyder where he had said, I had sucked for the last month. Like, he was kind of coming out front with it. And apparently there was a moment with him and Jaron Duran before the game where Duran was giving him pointers on the swing and being like, hey, I've known you longer than anybody else on this roster, dating back to when we were both in AAA in 2022. Let me try to get you back on track. And look at Jaron Duran, hitting coach.
Ugh.
Yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm. That's just a fact.
I wish every night at Fenway was like that.
Yeah. That's how I felt after like the night before Thanksgiving when it's like townie night and everyone goes to that one local bar and it's like everyone's there and it's a fucking awesome time. You're like, man, why couldn't it be like this every weekend? And then another year goes by before you do it again. So
It's like we'd be alcoholics. That's why.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna say something stupid. I realized tonight that like, oh yeah, they gave out all those Section 10 jerseys, and those are gonna exist forever. So like, people will keep wearing them to the park. My dumbass was like, oh, you can only wear them on Section 10 night. Like, you can't wear them
Dude
again.
thought that they were like fucking bowling shoes. You're like, yeah, you gotta give
you gotta
those
give
back.
them back. You gotta give
spray
those.
'em, put them back in.
If
the
you're
fucking
leaving the park,
clubhouse.
like, you're not getting out of here with
Yeah.
one of these.
Lots
There's
of
a dude
people
behind the
asking
plate.
for them after as well. Going
I know, they're
online,
on
selling on
eBay.
eBay.
They're on eBay. Yep.
Very
Going
high quality.
for-
Stitched. Didn't expect them to be stitched.
Mm.
Very strong.
Yeah, let's see. What are they going for?
I think $100 maybe.
If anyone sold one of the signed ones, I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't think. No, those are like super loyal folks.
Yeah, $100. $100. $100.
This patch is great. It's a really good
85.
patch.
$89.99. $125. $89.95.
No double XL for the public either.
No, it was a tough scene. Shout out Katie too.
Yeah.
From Underdog beforehand. Just giving away shirts left and right for all the fine people who came out and signed up or
Getting it done.
Just posted something that night using promo code Gerrit. That was
Yeah.
big. If you downloaded the Underdog app, entered promo code Gerrit, and went to House of Blues before the game, you got yourself an exclusive, limited edition, one time only Section 10 Night t-shirt, and people were loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Loving it.
Shout out to Chris at Sully's brand for getting it done. This is actually a Sully's
For
brand t-shirt.
everyone.
Yeah, for everyone.
For getting
So-
it done.
for getting it done. Yeah, these shirts, what is it? VTech Fight
Fight
Club.
Club,
You see
yep.
the players wearing these. This is a Sully's brand t-shirt. Chris from Sully's brand. He didn't design, but printed the limited edition Section 10 Night t-shirts that we gave out at the House of Blues. Thank you to Chris for that as well.
Extremely
Getting
comfortable
it done
for everyone.
for everybody. What's better than that? What's better than Stop and Shop getting it done for everybody? You know what is better than that? Blue Moon, obviously. The fuck? What a dumb question that was. What a dumb question. Because some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. No beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. Tyler. Yeah, you know what you did.
I'm willing to hear you out and see what you have to say.
What
But
did
I
he
have
do?
not said anything.
You're willing to hear me out? How about I'm willing to hear you out?
I haven't heard
pal?
any accusations or anything, so I'm not gonna.
It's not even an accusation. I saw it.
with your
What did he do?
eyes.
He was drinking a competitor.
Okay, can I explain? Can I explain?
No.
Coley.
From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel, for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that is one-of-a-kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that is perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Wait,
There's no defense for this.
I do
saw
have
it.
defense, and let me explain, Coley.
Coley.
I also had a couple of people come up to me
Damn
throughout
it.
the night and say I offered Tyler a Blue Moon and he turned it down to drink.
What?
Coley, you're lying. You're lying right now.
I'm
What?
not. People did tell me that.
Can I tell the full story here?
All I'm telling you is what I was told. I didn't.
Yeah,
make
just be
that up at
careful what
all.
you say.
When I was in the dunk tank, I asked for a Blue Moon. Someone was like, would you like a drink? I said, yes, please. Can you grab me one? And they asked me what I wanted, and I said Blue Moon. My boy Stuart can back me up, who was running the machine.
I'm talking about during the meet and greets.
Well,
during the
That's how it
This
played
was
out.
after the dunk tank.
Yes, exactly. So when they went out, they said they didn't have any Blue Moons in the entire ballpark. I swear this is what was relayed to me. I know. I'm just relaying it to you.
That's a lie.
So they had brought me a beer at that time, and someone had brought me a competitor, but I had switched to a Blue Moon in like the third or fourth inning. And multiple people can verify that. And when I was holding the competitor and I took pictures, I put it behind my back, which is probably when you saw it.
No, I saw it in a picture.
It was in a picture, really.
Mm-hmm. It was in a picture, really.
That's a great response. Oh, so it was in a picture.
Really? Oh, really? Oh, really?
really?
After I specifically said that I hit it in all the pictures, so you're telling me you saw it in a picture, really?
Tyler would be so bad in court. They're like, sir, we have you with a photo of it. You go, oh, damn, that sucks.
Oh, really?
Jail I go.
All right, lock me up.
I guess
Listen,
you got me.
You can reason with me. That's a fair point. I don't have a counter to that.
Oh, really?
I swear.
Damn it.
Whoever the fan
Yeah,
was that
see?
did bring me the beer, thank you. They will pass this along.
I guess I had the competitor. See,
They got me in the photo. I'm done, you see?
That's crazy. Yeah, on Section 10 night of all nights,
I can't help that I was told.
Blue Moon literally built that apartment that you're sitting in right now.
I
and this is
know.
the thanks that they
It's
get.
actually the Blue Moon building. A lot of people don't realize that. New in Brockton
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I
Cole,
feel
you
like,
have an issue?
That famous Brockton skyline.
Yeah.
It just looks gorgeous. They put that all up in the last week. Yeah,
Yeah.
really quick.
Lots of
Yeah.
construction.
Blue
Yeah.
Moon's been busy in Brockton.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Shout out all the Connecticut people, by the way, who came up to me and were just like, it's
So
the
many.
fucking worst.
They're self-aware.
They are.
Yeah, Connecticut people, a lot of Connecticut people came. But they are very self-aware. No one from Connecticut defended Connecticut to us.
Mm-mm.
Not a one.
No,
They
I
were
were
like, you guys
like
are
55-plus-year-old who was like pro Connecticut, but I think he's just like so from the trenches where he had no help. You know what I mean? Like he was a Red Sox fan when they didn't do shit for anybody.
Mm.
So I respected him. I eventually got him on my side, the right side of history, but everyone else is just like, yeah, it stinks.
Well, Tyler.
Shout out to the people who came up to talk anime with me and, weren't fucking any body pillows or anything like that. And, talked to me and told me, I believe you don't fuck a body pillow. And we were able to connect over that.
But you do.
I don't
Why,
fuck
like,
a body pillow.
What kind of pillow is it?
I've never fucked a pillow.
That's not true.
That is 100% true.
That's a warning because you're lying.
I wouldn't even know how to insert into a pillow if someone had told me to do it.
Oh, please. You are an expert. Coley?
I mean, this kid's lying right to our faces. I can't
Yeah.
believe he's still here.
Yeah, he's begging for
Imagine
it
there's
right
a photo. Oh, you got me in the picture. Really?
now. I see. Say you got a picture of that too? All right. Well, you got me.
I guess I did it. Damn it.
I guess I did do it. I just forgot about that one.
I would like a picture of the evidence if possible.
Oh,
You
A lot of
like a
doctored
picture of it?
photos.
You want
A
to
lot of-
see that?
a lot of doctored photos, he says.
Yeah. Was like killing it.
Yeah.
Shannon
really wanna
Sharp
see a
stroke
photo
game
of
out
that.
here, baby.
Yeah. Imagine the same thing that happened to Shannon Sharp today happens to Tyler Milliken, but it's just with a fucking a plush Japanese anime pillow. You're just like, wait, what?
He was killing that shit.
Good for him.
When you
know?
you go that hacked route, it's bad.
Yeah.
You remember when
own
I
it.
did that, Jared? Not what Shannon Sharp did, but do you remember that there was a Goodell
Whoa.
night when he came back to New England And I think I tweeted something crazy. I think it was like, I wouldn't mind if he doesn't get out of here alive or something wild. And then I deleted it. And I tweeted out like, damn, someone got my Twitter. I don't know what happened there. Somebody got a hold of my, and you texted me like, you're like, I know you did it. Like, just delete the apology because everyone knows you did it. And so I deleted it.
What fucking year is this? I don't remember this at all.
You texted me about it when it happened. I'll never forget it because it
What
was
is this,
like
like 2015?
it was a while. Yeah, it was like almost 10 years
Post
ago. Yeah.
Deflategate, yeah.
It was post Deflategate, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were having like a holiday party at BR's. I had a couple, and I was like, this guy sucks. Like, we gotta get him. And just
So
had a tweet that needed to
You
go.
tweeted a death threat to Roger
Not a
Goodell?
death threat. No, not a death threat. It was more like, I thought it came across more sarcastic than it actually did, but it clearly didn't. You texted me, you were like, what the fuck is this? Like, you literally sent the tweet over. But
I mean, now
no,
at this point, I mean, I guess there's like somewhat of a limit, but like now I'd be like, yeah, I guess Steve's just going off about Goodell, you know?
yeah, just losing it. But
Yeah.
no, the Sharp thing, that was just him saying it wasn't him. It's like, brother, come on, man. That's
Remember that time that Pete Abraham tweeted a picture of a girl's ass and it was you don't remember this?
I remember the Xander one.
No. So Pete Abraham tweeted it was a screenshot of a video. So like there was like a girl in a bikini and then he waited for her to turn around and then screenshotted a picture of her ass and then tweeted it and then said
many
that he
fuck
got
ups.
hacked. He tweeted like, whoops, sorry, don't know what that was. I think I got hacked. I better change my password. And then I responded to him. I was like, it was a girl's ass, Pete. And then and then I went on his Instagram and I typed in the girl's name and he followed her. So like
Ugh.
he fucking obviously like just fucking was watching this video of a girl, screenshotted a picture of her ass on a video, accidentally tweeted it, said he got hacked. And then after I pointed out, I was like, yeah, he actually follows this girl. Like, this is very clearly not a hacker at all. And then he blocked me on Instagram. That guy fucking sucks. That must have been awesome for him to be up in the press box being like, these fucking guys, like,
There were people saying
making me-
Cantaloupe probably hated it too.
yeah, that guy, he can get fucked too. But like P-Dave specifically, just like having to sit up there being like, these guys making me piss my pants in spring training. And now I gotta fucking sit up here.
Dude,
I don't even know
still
what
has
his
a
voice
pen.
sounds like. What a dweeb. Guy sucks.
I'll never
Just-
understand how that even happens. Like, if you got to then go to Twitter, you got to then upload the photo, then you got to
Yeah,
hit
that
tweet.
can happen.
What time of
That
night
can
was
happen. I mean, like,
Tyler, how can that? I feel like Tyler would know. How can that happen?
You think I've done something like that?
Huh?
What
It was
time? of-
during the day. It was in the middle of the day. I was.
Oh, horny during the afternoon. That's something.
That's Pete Abe.
I mean, what are we're gonna shame looking at butts at 3 p.m.? Who cares what time it is?
It does feel like it's higher probability at night when you're just not as like awake.
Horny hours.
So-
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. Time out. Yeah. As the two guys here who have children, that you know, we're farther along in the manhood progression of life. Sometimes you gotta pick your spots. You know, if it's 2 p.m. and I got a 1 hour window, then you got a 1 hour window.
I'm
Cole.
talking the tiredness of it. Cole,
I'm spry in the
No,
morning.
I mean, Gerrit very famously shamed a player on the Red Sox for looking at butts and boobs.
Oh,
You can do it, just not when you're trying to win a baseball game in Atlanta. Like, I need your priorities to be in order. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying we got a game to win against the Braves at the time. What? P-Dave has no games to win. What are we talking about?
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
saying just that you said any time was fine. Now it's not so fine.
I didn't fucking say that. You can't be playing a baseball game. If you're trying to win a baseball game for the Boston Red Sox, I can't have you looking at bum bums.
well, if that helps you, maybe.
JD was honking horns up
Yeah,
during
but- yeah.
the game.
Yeah, but he was hitting homers too.
JD was trotting out and he was going, I don't.
Yeah.
JD,
Yeah.
throw the ball in, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, throw the ball in. Yeah. You obviously saw the Gerrit Cole video talking about Devers, right?
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up. Tremendous.
Yeah. JD sent it to me. He's like, you guys are gonna have a field day with this. I can already tell.
Yeah.
This video clip. I mean, I don't know. Does this make? I'm not gonna say does this make Gerrit Cole likable, because he's not. He's not and never will be likable. But does this make him a little more human?
No, he sounded
Not
like he
saying
was
that
going to
he's a
cry.
robot. He's just like he's a geek. All right, here's the clip. For anyone that missed it, this is Gerrit Cole.
We're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Media Day. You know, in your career, which is the Latin hitter that most gave you or gives you trouble getting out?
Rafael Devers.
He didn't even get to finish the question. He's
Well,
like, what hitter gives you the most? Rafael Devers. and a story. Rafael
I mean,
Devers.
let's be honest. Who else is he gonna say? Few people have ever owned anyone like Rafi owns Gerrit Cole. Is there another obvious choice here? Like Gerrit Cole did just win a Cy Young.
I thought he might have said like Jordan because they're former teammates as well. Like give him that nod. But like he could have even given like a more diplomatic answer, like yeah, I'm happy Soto's on my team, something like that. The fact that, like Jared said, before he could even finish the question, he was like, "It's Devers next."
Yeah, he can't
Like
fucking sleep. He thinks about Rafael Devers so much.
In terms of the
He
likable
can't
thing,
sleep.
though, he hated that question. Like Gerrit Cole, I mean, he hates the media stuff in general.
I hate
don't think
Gerrit
he
Cole
liked that
more
question.
than anybody. I
I
think
thought he played it fine.
Yes,
I think he played it fine, but I don't think he's trying to get asked like who owns you. Like Gerrit Cole does not want any of that.
No, I disagree. I think he came across as someone that it's so egregious how much Rafael Devers owns Gerrit Cole that he has to have a sense of humor about it. He has
Right.
to.
He didn't. It's not like he was like chuckling or anything. He didn't like
Like, it was
smile.
He
at it.
wasn't being
He
a
smirked.
chuckle fuck, but he wasn't like
There was a hint
Gonna
of pain in the
cry.
voice. A hint.
Yeah, he didn't.
It's-
He didn't
it's a-
love it.
it's a laughing acknowledgement like this guy owns me, and I just have to have a sense of humor about it because I can't look like that much of a weenie to be actually upset about it. So I have to laugh it. I have to laugh it off.
If he was actually upset, I think he would have said someone like he would have been like Acuna, like somebody he's never even faced. He would have been like, "Man, that Acuna, I just can't figure him out." But like the fact that he said Devers, my biggest problem with the Yankees right now, and it only me and Jared can really relate to this again. The amount of like I feel like JD Vance saying this, but you childless fucks out there who have no idea what you're talking about. Aaron Judge has never been on Paw Patrol, nor will he be. He's not a main card personality. He couldn't carry. He doesn't have the chutzpah. He doesn't have the pizzazz, the joie de vivre to be on Paw Patrol. He's a fucking B card rubble and crew guy, and I haven't seen one outlet. You want to talk about the state of journalism, not just sports journalism, journalism as a whole. I've seen maybe one, maybe two people get this correct. It's not. He's not been on Paw Patrol. I would love it if people stopped saying he was on Paw Patrol. He's not. Never has been. Never will be.
What was it?
It
Rubble
was
and crew.
What's the
Okay.
difference?
What's the?
I can't even get upset about that.
Suspend
him. I don't know. I don't know the difference between the two.
It would be
Rafael
like-
Devers.
It would be like saying like
SpongeBob and Fairy Odd Parents.
no, not
Like
even close.
First Take and Sports Center are the same thing.
No, it'd be more like saying like, oh, this guy's the WWE champion of the world, and he just like wrestled in his backyard somewhere. That's the comparison.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
it's still wrestling, no doubt, but it wasn't the big show.
Got it. Okay. All right. Good to know for context. Just looked it up, and Rafael. The question: what is it? Is it Latin Heritage Month? Is that the thing that's
Yeah.
going on right now?
Yeah.
So the question
It like started today too, which I
Yeah,
don't understand.
Started on
That's
September
disrespectful.
11th for some reason.
that's disrespectful. So it was phrased as like which Latin hitter gives you the most trouble, but Rafael Devers has double the amount of hits as the next or home runs as the next closest guy off Gerrit Cole.
Yeah.
Devers has 8 home runs off Gerrit Cole, and Lucas Duda, Joey Gallo, and Matt Carpenter have 4.
Duda?
That's crazy.
Duda.
I would
I
have never
guess it was
guessed that.
Pittsburgh versus the Mets, and he wasn't like good at all then, so that makes some sense.
He had that 30
It's funny
homer
that-
season.
Some like a lot of these guys are former teammates of Gerrit Cole's. Yeah. Julio's got 2. Bogey's got 2. Doogie's got 2.
Hell yeah.
Does Xander's count the playoffs or no?
No, they probably don't have that on there, sadly.
Fair.
That's good. But either way, 8 home runs, 4 for the next closest guy. So it doesn't matter if he was Latin or Japanese. He is the answer to the question.
The big 2.
The big 2. Yep. Yeah.
Lucas Dadu. Do.
It was like, maybe it's like recency bias. It was a little crazy how many people at Section 10 night did that. And I was like, that was such a throwaway line that I didn't even think was funny in real time. I didn't think it was funny at all. A lot
Everyone
of people
there,
did it.
people reference some of the most minute things, and I'm like, well, you right. I guess you listened, so you did hear that, but like we were on that for 3 seconds.
It's
Impressive.
not even that people listen; they like listen intently. And shout out to every single person. And there were, I haven't had one person come up to me and be like, "Please, 40 minutes." Like I need it shorter. Not a single person.
Not one, yeah.
I'll bring up clean 40, and people are like, "You gotta stop! Like you gotta shut up! Like right now, you and I both. Though they'll like sit me down. They're like, let's come over here. Like it's not gonna happen. Give it up. Just let it be."
I asked people there, I was like, do you guys even want clean 40s? They were like, fuck no. Like, why? No. Because I think if it was like a daily show, then yeah, like 3 hours,
Sure.
it's asking a lot. But it's like, yeah, like there's like 4, sometimes 3 days in between shows. Like, it's very digestible in between the episodes. But I was like, all right, whatever.
Do you think it was
want.
born when they were like awful though? Like, do you think Clean 40 was born in like 15 or something? It wouldn't have gone that far back.
No, Clean 40 was born in probably 2020 when they were awful. Like, why are we breaking down these games? There's no fans. They're not even. They're literally not trying to win. So why are we wasting time breaking down 3-game series when in like this is what the situation is? But yeah, no, there has there ever been a Clean 40? No.
Probably not. Maybe a Section Steve.
Maybe the only time that I can remember that we went short was the episode after Poppy got shot, and we did like a cold open. We didn't do the original intro. We did cold open, and we were just like, hard to transition to ball talk, this is what's going on.
Yeah, there was no chance to come back. What's up and what? It's like Poppy got shot.
Yeah,
we're back.
Very hard to transition to the ball talk after that, and that might have been the only time that we were in a 40-minute window, somewhere near 40 minutes.
Doesn't happen often, or ever.
Yeah,
It's crazy he got shot.
wow.
I know.
Red Sox win,
And he lived.
3.
And
Mhm.
somehow
Still-
wasn't like the flag guy at the Bruins game 2 days later.
Yeah.
Like Poppy sucks.
Biggest blemish of his career, not being
Yeah.
like, have a sense for the moment, dude.
Doesn't
Right,
get
dude.
discussed enough. Ridiculous. That he
Yeah, how
wasn't
bad do you want the cup, David?
He's literally got tubes going inside of him, like MGH. Like, you can't wave a flag for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
This guy blows.
Yeah, they take the Pedialyte out of his hand and they stick the flag in his hand like, let's go, Poppy. Wave it.
Wave the flag.
Wait,
dude.
they're grabbing his hand and waving the flag for him. Like, do you want the cup or not, David? Do you want it?
They've got a tow hitch off the Zamboni to his hospital bed. They're just dragging him around the ice with the flag. He's completely unconscious.
Somebody holding his hands and waving it for him is very
Yeah.
funny.
Crowd's going nuts. Dude, I knew he loved the bees.
Oh, he's just like,
Oh.
sing it, David. Sing it.
Whoa!
Right in his face.
Yeah.
He's like Bush Senior holding up the baseball for the Astros game.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I'm all set.
Oh my god.
That was good goal horn, Steve.
Yeah, I've been working on that. It really is funny thinking back that people weren't joking. They're like, "How is Poppy not there?" I'm like, "He's dying. Like, what are we?"
Barely alive. Like,
He's barely alive. Like, no, but dude, it's like a big game tonight. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but
really
you know,
fire
it's
up
not
the boys if he's there, you know.
I mean, it's a pretty big game. I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
yeah. They just got him out there next to Todd Angelini.
what was the name again?
Todd D'Angelini.
No, I'm saying,
I said.
what did Coley say?
That's what he said. His name is Todd Angelini.
Yeah,
His real name's
Todd
Angelini.
Angelini. Exactly.
See?
No, I know. Sorry, I'm laughing.
I
I
think
know.
he's running for like treasurer or some shit.
Angelini for treasurer?
Of what?
I was driving around northern Massachusetts, and I knew it. He's running for county clerk.
What does that mean?
What does he know about treasure?
I didn't say it was I did say it was treasurer, but I was wrong. I running for Essex County court clerk.
I think he just likes having jobs. Let's be honest. I think he just wants a long list. He's, bartender, national anthem, clerk.
Oh.
It's a former probation officer, so he has been in the system.
Rick Ross.
Shout out to Todd Angelini.
Yeah.
Getting it
Did
done.
someone from this podcast get in touch with him and he said he would come on?
Yeah. I was messaging him.
Who talked to him? You talked to him?
I did, yeah. This was
Where?
months ago. This was on Instagram.
All right, yeah, I'd love to talk to him. I mean, I think he lives in the same town as me.
Yeah, let's have him on.
I know
in the
he does
offseason.
good stuff in the community.
Oh, he's getting it done for everyone.
Yeah. What's better than that?
Nothing.
Getting it done. Getting it done for everybody.
It's everybody, right?
Let's see.
Yeah.
We're not doing the look ahead.
No,
We're just
no,
playing
no.
it. I just want to hear it.
Nice.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop and look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop and look ahead.
Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
For all of you. For all of you.
A lot of people asked me if I knew the lyrics to the song, and I had no idea while I was there. I could not remember them for the life of me. Also, a lot of people said your face, Coley, whenever it plays, is very annoyed and disgusted.
Multiple people came up to me and they're like, that song fucking stinks.
No, they didn't. Don't say that.
No.
Why would I start
Fuck off.
Coley's not a liar.
No,
Coley's not a liar.
no,
He doesn't
no.
lie. He doesn't lie.
I'm not saying Coley lied, but it's like that's a bad take by whoever said that. That's a bad take.
My take remains the same. If you use your regular voice, it would be better. And most people agree. Other people just are completely out on the song. I can't help those people.
I guess we don't know because we haven't heard it. I would need to, I guess, hear it to compare it. But I love the Stop and Shop song. I think
every person who came up to me was like, "It's a banger. Put it on Spotify. I want it on my Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year."
What I want is a T-shirt of David Ortiz saying, "What's better than Stop and Shop getting it done for all of you?"
For all of you.
I want that on the next Section 10 merch drop. I want that shirt.
I also don't like the piano part at the beginning. I think if it just went right into the song, I would like it more.
Maybe. I think it's perfect.
I like the drop.
There's going to be certain folks, maybe former employers, that are going to be furious to see how diligently and how consistently and frequently we're promoting merch during the holiday season. I'm gonna promote the fucking shit out of merch.
Really, just to you. I never had to get a talking to about my promotional tactics.
Well, I was literally going to kill myself one year, and he was like, "Where's the merch? Where's the promo?" I'm like, I could be hanging from the fucking balcony right now, dude.
Yeah,
At least wear the merch while you're hanging.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
better be you wearing the fucking sweaters.
Right. Right. What year was that? 20. That was 2020. Yeah, that was 2020. So
COVID.
Yeah.
There you go, Tyler. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good little benchmark.
Yeah, so we're
landmark.
gonna,
Tyler knows stuff.
we're gonna.
Well, that was the COVID-19.
Yeah, you guys remember that?
Yeah, that was the old
was
coronavirus. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have some new designs. Maybe some Section 10 Christmas sweaters. You know, maybe some of that.
A little new photo shoot, Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little photo shoot wouldn't hurt. Yeah.
With
Maybe
snow
by
in the
fire, I don't
background.
know.
Yeah. By
Maybe
the fire.
having
Yeah.
some sugar cookies. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Putting a little. What do we drink on Christmas? Fucking eggnog. Yeah.
A little
some
eggnog?
Yeah. A little eggnog on my mustache.
I like that shit.
And have Tyler wipe it off with his
Maybe
finger.
spike it a little bit. I don't know.
Little. What's that shit? What's the You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck
Tabasco?
is that called?
Fireball.
Vodka?
No. One at a time,
Sherry?
please. No. It tastes like licorice.
Oh.
Jaeger?
No.
Jaeger's the one that tastes like licorice for sure.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Couldn't be more the one that tastes like licorice.
It's Italian. It's Italian.
Uzo.
I immediately think of limoncello, but that doesn't taste like licorice.
Guys, we need to be better. I just almost had it too.
That begins with an A.
No.
Sambuca.
Zambuca! Zambuca!
Hey!
Let's go!
Hey!
Yeah. Zambuca in your fucking eggnog.
No.
Yes.
No.
All right. Then have a shitty Christmas, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, that sounds like a terrible mixture.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not even 100% sure that that's what people put in eggnog. I don't
No
know.
one's ever done that. I promise you. You have Zambuca very much by itself. You don't mix that with anything.
I'm going to Google it. How do you spell Zambuca?
Sambuca.
B-U-C-A.
It's called the Baltimore Bracer.
Wait. How do you spell it? S?
AM.
No. It's S?
Yes, Sambuca.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Yeah, anise. That's what I was thinking. Sambuca is an Italian anise flavored liqueur. Its most common variety is often referred to as white Sambuca to differentiate from other varieties, and that keeps going.
Yeah, people put Zambuca in eggnog.
That sounds insane. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I'm
Whatever,
seeing a lot
dude.
of bourbon, a lot of whiskey or
Correct,
mixers.
bourbon, rum, or whiskey.
I'm not saying I want to drink it. I'm just saying, like, you could.
Yeah, we'll have it during the photo shoot.
Put
Photo shoot.
toothpaste in it if you
Should we
want to.
have a Section 10 holiday party so that we don't
Oh my god, yeah, of course.
a Section 10 holiday party? Where would we have that?
Back
Oh,
at the
that'd be
Blues?
fucking cool. I want to have it somewhere where there's
Around the winter meetings, we can kind of be going off. Hopefully, the things go well for the Red Sox. They're making some moves.
the winter meetings are in like fucking
It's
November,
December.
right? Or I guess it's early December.
yeah, but like, well, I don't know. No.
You want to
You're
have a
not.
Christmas
You're
party
no.
during the Christmas season, Tyler?
Yeah.
You
fucking
want
idiots.
to
What a moron,
you want no.
dude.
You want to have a Christmas party while we're like glued to our phones. Be like, oh yeah,
he
the Red
mentioned
Sox
like
are
the
That
winning.
sounds
top time
fun.
that every company has their Christmas party. Like, get a load of this fucking guy.
Yeah.
No
Boom
longer
sauce.
invited.
I don't know. I think it would be cool if we had a Section 10 holiday party. I don't want to have it at like a bar. I mean, do we
Everybody
have
in
it at
a
bar
Santa
here?
hat. Yeah, why not? No, we can have it at, it doesn't have to be a bar near Fenway. We don't really do those anymore.
99.
What venue are you trying to rent out for this? If it's not a bar, like those
What if we had it at
establishments-
what if we had it at an ice skating rink?
That's what I was thinking.
What, Tyler?
I don't know how to ice skate. I only rollerblade.
All right.
Can we get a rink? Like a rollerblade?
I don't either.
That's
Tyler. I don't either.
Christmassy.
I can't stop or go backwards, but I can skate. I guess, we would probably want to have, maybe we can get Blue Moon to sponsor it.
Yeah.
If we had a Blue Moon sponsored Section 10 Christmas party, do people that don't celebrate Christmas get offended if we say it's a Christmas party? Like, if you don't
Holiday
celebrate
party.
Christmas,
That's why it's called a holiday party.
But that's if you're like a private company. You can absolutely throw, like, we're not that. You can throw a Christmas
Yeah.
party.
We can believe in Christmas.
Christmas hasn't had anything to do with religion for 40 years.
thank you. Like, I'm not religious at all. I just, Christmas, I like the Christmas trees and the fucking gingerbread cookies and the eggnog and Zambuca, I guess. I don't know. I've never had it, but
Section 10 Santa hats?
Section
Those
10
would be
Santa
great.
hats, Section 10 Christmas sweaters. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Are people that don't celebrate Christmas against going to Christmas parties? Like,
You're
Christmas
acting like people are gonna want to do this. If we really announce this, you're like, are people gonna come? Like, they're gonna come. They're gonna have the hats. They're gonna have everything. They'll probably bring gifts. Like, people are gonna come to this.
We can all wear
yeah.
pajamas.
Oh, yeah. We could get Tyler a fucking hair transplant or something. What, dude? It's the holidays. Come on.
How about some gym
Come on.
equipment to fix your fucking legs? How about that, Jared?
That doesn't even hurt my feelings.
It does hurt your feelings.
No, it doesn't. I was gonna send you guys a picture of me at the meet and greet. I was sitting down. My quads looked like they were fucking like, hey, is this guy smuggling hams out of this meet and greet? Why did he put him down his pants like that?
Not one
Quads
person.
were
Also, multiple people said,
popping.
I'm clearly taller than you.
Yeah, because you were in the foreground of the picture. That's how fucking pictures work, dumbass. I know exactly what you're talking about. Tyler was like way closer to the camera and I was back here. It's like, yeah, of course you're going to look bigger. You're close to the camera. Learn physics one time. Anyways, dumbass. I can't wait for this Christmas party. Jake, how do you think about this idea?
Yeah, big fan of parties, especially at ice rinks. I think I've been to a bunch there before, so should be great.
I guess I'm not married to the ice rink idea. I think it'll be cool. But I mean, if people are going to be drinking Blue Moons, they really shouldn't be on razor blades.
No. Tyler gets his neck sliced open.
Yeah, that would definitely happen. That would absolutely happen. Tyler would like dislocate his shoulder and like end up getting his throat slit by
But like
accident.
not on the ice. Like what happened to him?
It's like, I was going to the bathroom. I couldn't get my jumpsuit open. I fell over and the handle of the stall broke off and I lost my balance.
I bumped into a Santa and then I fell in the toilet. And
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Tyler should be Santa.
I knew you were going to say that.
Damn it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
How about we
He's
do it
like-
at Edaville?
When I look at him, he just reminds me of Santa Claus. I can't quite put my finger on it. I can't quite put my finger on why they remind me of each other. But
Thank you for not laughing, Coley. It's not funny.
I'm laughing at him laughing if he's like,
I'm not even laughing. It's not. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Oh, now you're laughing a little, Coley. Now it's starting to seem like you think it's funny.
No, I'm laughing at him saying he's not laughing, which is
Yeah, because he's like, guys laughing.
No.
Boom sauce.
Ah, come on. Come on. Don't ever talk about my
bleeding
legs.
out, and no one can see him because we're all just like the Who's, but we're all just going doot. He's just in the back, just
If I die,
Yeah.
I would like to die around Christmas.
make it.
Yeah, but
the
not
most
before
depressing time of
Christmas.
year.
Yeah. Oh, a Section 10 Christmas party would go so hard. A Section 10 Christmas party, but also for Jews, right?
Mm-hmm. It'll say that on the poster.
Right underneath.
Very
It's
small
not-
print.
What if we just do like
Not small print.
what?
Big print.
Everyone is welcome. We just want it to be Christmas themed. We don't. It has nothing to do with religion. It's just like we like Christmas trees and Santa hats.
Yeah, Christmas party for all religions.
Christmas party for all religions and atheists too. Yeah,
All
Christmas-
ideologies.
yeah. Christmas
Good job,
party
Coley.
for everybody. Again, this
Christmas party for
getting
all
it
of
done.
you.
Yeah, the Section 10 Christmas party getting it done for all of you.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
we're somehow going to offend people, but I don't want to.
I don't think
want
so. I
everyone
really
to
don't.
be there. Yeah. What you believe, whatever person in the sky that you're sending up the positive thoughts to, doesn't matter to me. I just want to hang out with you and wear Santa hats. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. Santa hats, Christmas trees, or you know what? Let's just call them trees with lights on them. That's what I want. Yeah. And gingerbread houses. I love gingerbread houses. So we don't even have to play Christmas music. I think we should play.
We could though.
We can mix them in, but I think it would be. I think we should just be playing Mace.
Yeah,
Our
Cam and
coworker.
Mace. Let's do that. We are coworkers with.
Can
Mace.
we get Mace to do a live performance at our Christmas party?
0%, but can always try.
Why? It's not 0. It's got to be like at least
0.1.
point. Yeah.
He didn't want to talk to me when I was in the same room with him, so I don't know that. This is on the table.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know you like that. Jake, book Mace. I need to catch up with this dude. If Mace, who realistically could we get to do a musical performance at
Belichick?
our Christmas party? Musical
What?
performance.
We don't know what he does.
I don't
for
want
fun.
celebrity. I don't want someone to do like a bigger celebrity to do a meet and greet at our Christmas party. I
You
want.
just said Mace.
You know who I just saw? I just saw a clip
Well,
of a
Do you
guy.
think you're bigger than Mace?
Mace is a big deal.
No. Mace is a musical artist. Tyler wanted to book Bill Belichick. I said I don't want someone to do like an appearance that's going to distract from the Christmas vibes. If Mace is up there in a Santa hat, that's exactly what I want.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What if we got Bon Jovi because we got Belichick?
I don't want Bon Jovi.
All right, I'm giving you options.
No, you're not. I mean, like, who? My
I don't know if
mom
you
would
guys
be.
know this. Tyler does this show with this guy, that's Steve Zolak, something like that. I don't know. He's small. Tyler put him on.
Little
Maybe
Stevie.
he knows somebody.
He knows Bon Jovi. We don't want Bon Jovi.
We're on to Bon Jovi. Shout out Scott
No.
Zolak.
I don't want Bon Jovi at the Christmas party. Jake, don't let Bon Jovi in. If he shows up.
Man, Bon Jovi.
Yeah, Jake, if Bon Jovi shows up at our Christmas party, tell him no.
You fucking take him out.
Yeah, you tell him wrong party, dude. He's not coming in.
I have good news.
I don't want. What?
Bon Jovi has a Christmas album he could perform for us at the whole party.
I don't want him
Section
there.
10 Christmas party for all of you, parentheses, not you, Bon.
The Section 10 Christmas party for everybody except for Bon Jovi.
I'm looking up prices. We could get 2 Chainz for 125K.
That's sad.
If we raised enough money to get 2 Chainz.
Let's do a
2 Chainz.
GoFundMe to get 2 Chainz to the Section 10 Christmas party for all religions for all of you. Bon Jovi not invited.
Except for Bon Jovi.
Bill, if you want to come fine, but you're probably going to turn it down.
Is there a website that shows you like what the rate is for
No,
certain
Steve
music?
texted 2 Chainz and asked.
Yes.
Oh,
I was
there's-
like, yo, Chainz, come on, man.
well, he
Section
probably
10
Googled
costs it.
like what does 2 Chainz cost? Like, is there a database?
No, there is a site. There is a database that I'm
All
looking
right,
at.
what is it? What's the site?
It is eventresourcespresents.com.
My favorite website.
Yeah, I
Those are
go there
great.
all the time.
We can get Chanel West Coast for 15 grand.
Who?
Chanel
Pricey.
Fantasy
The girl
Factory?
Who laughs on ridiculousness.
Oh, right.
artist search. Can you do like
Who do you want, Jared?
what about Jelly Roll? What is Jelly Roll? He's hot right now, so he's probably gonna cost like $500K, I bet.
Dude, just performed at the
100 gigs
Grammys.
is only 20K to 75K. You talk about a get.
Jelly Roll, it says call, so he's so
You gotta call
expensive
him.
that they're like, yeah, we're not gonna.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like someone that would be like pumped to get the call. Be like, wait, you want me to do your Christmas party? Like,
It
who?
says Lil Wayne's 150K.
wow.
Let's get Wheezy. That's
what
not
about
that much.
what about Lit? Do they still play together?
Maybe.
Lit. 20K.
Yeah, it says 20K. That's a steal.
Dude, that's in play. If they just played but all night. If you're like, all right, 20K, but you just got to play that one song.
Listen, Andrew WK is only 20K. That's not terrible.
I mean, Lit. I'd rather have Lit for 20K than Andrew.
No,
I mean,
for sure. I'm just saying.
What
T-Pain
about
for 115 grand.
Who?
T-Pain?
How much is T-Pain?
115 grand.
That might be too steep for our pricing.
What about Nelly? He was actually great. He was at the All-Star in Seattle and was really good.
He just had a kid. I'm good.
Wait, why does that matter?
The lyrics don't hit the same. He's aged out for me.
He had a kid. I can't be listening to that music anymore.
Yeah.
You guys you know how it goes.
Out of wedlock.
Imagine if I gave a take and Tyler was like, "You got a kid."
You got a kid. This is invalid.
It's
Come
different.
on.
It's different.
Yeah. What do you got, a kid or something?
Nelly's 200K. Wow.
200K?
He's more than Lil Wayne. How does that make any sense?
That's
Nelly
crazy.
went diamond. A lot of people have not gone diamond.
He's got some bangers.
No, he definitely does.
Bill Bellamy?
We're at the same place, which is very funny. Big Boy by himself is 75K to 100K.
What the fuck?
Billie Eilish is 1,000K. That's the first person I've seen more than.
Chitty Bang would be funny. Chitty Bang is 200K.
Oh.
Chitty Bang is not 20K.
Oh, I thought
That's
it was 200.
No. 20K for Chitty Bang.
No, that's not
The guy I was going to mention earlier that had a TikTok that we probably forgot about is Mike Posner, who had some really good songs there for a minute.
Yeah,
and apparently he got kind of shelved by like the industry, so he was having songs that like Bieber took and other artists took.
Bow Chicka Wow Wow.
I know.
Who?
Yeah, he said that specifically was the song where they were like, "Enough with you."
Yeah.
I legit was listening to that podcast.
They're
when I was
like,
driving
"What's
this
it called?"
morning.
You gotta go.
E40 would be cool.
E40.
Yeah, E40. He's reasonably priced.
20K for E40?
Yeah.
That's a steal.
Yeah, he's just. What about Limp Bizkit? What do you think they would
I was
cost?
going to ask.
Free. Fetty Wap's in
If it
jail
said
for like
free
5
next to
years.
somebody's.
But you can get him for 35K. I don't know if it's a work release program or something like that, but I'd be up for Fetty Wap.
Jesus Christ, what did they do to you?
What do you mean? He's in jail for like 4 more years.
Who?
Fetty Wap?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Limp Bizkit.
Oh, no.
Chingy for 30K.
Yeah.
Ching-a-ling.
Ching-a-lang.
Is Hanson on here?
They have to be.
Hanson had you talk about an all-time Christmas album.
Mbop? Is that them?
No.
I don't know,
Mbop.
like how you said that at all.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Didn't care for it.
Sorry.
Conan O'Brien's only 100K. That's disgusting.
I have it set to price range.
Yeah.
I'm
Chief
trying to
Keef for
actually find
50
someone that we could
racks.
put. See,
I got
Mace.
alphabetical.
Mace,
How much is
40
Mace?
to 45K.
Let's just get Mace. Incredible show, by the way, is what it is outside of what we do here is my favorite show with Underdog.
Isn't NERD? Isn't that
No, they're done. They're not performing ever again.
what? Well, it's for 40K they are.
I promise you, they aren't.
Why did somebody die?
No, I mean, they're Pharrell and Chad Hugo are at the biggest odds at the moment, and they asked Pharrell if you guys are on speaking terms. He said, "Nope."
Can we get Cameron?
Nick Swartzen.
Cameron.
Hey Mod
Cameron's
goes
not on here.
crazy.
Dua Lipa, another 1,000K.
Wow, Puddle of Mud, 25K.
Okay.
How much do you guys think Jack Harlow goes for?
A lot. He's
140.
coming off another number 1 hit.
250.
Yes, it is 250. That was
Is it really?
impressive. Yeah.
Only
way more than it's worth is totally true. I don't hate Jack Harlow, but 250. I mean,
I would not have guessed 250 if he didn't do this. He didn't do the Super Bowl. He did that weird thing. It wasn't the Super Bowl. It was like the fucking weird Detroit thing where the
Oh, it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he did Thanksgiving.
He did that weird thing, the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah.
Hold on. Fran Drescher for $35K.
It's not bad.
From the nanny?
Weird the very same. Weird Fran Drescher fact. She married the guy who invented email, not Gmail, not like Hotmail, like the concept of email.
Wow. Story of the year, 25K. Some 40K. Switchfoot, 40K. Switchfoot, I mean, 40K. Jesus Christ, dude. You guys had one hit and it was like fucking 2002. When the fuck did that song come? Yeah.
We should just get Oasis. They're back.
Yeah, they are back.
Their first show, like there's a tune-up for the tour.
Yeah.
Section 10 Christmas.
Tom Green, 25K. That might be the biggest. If we had Tom Green at our Christmas party.
Hey, maybe we can get a
you know who
we can
Tom
get a deal
Green is?
on Foo Fighters.
Foo
right now.
Fighters.
Congrats on the
Fighters.
child.
More.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's true. It might go up. It might go up.
I don't know. He's got to pay child support. Tyler, you know who Tom Green is?
No, I don't.
That's so sad.
No, that's
so sad.
expected. He's not.
That's what I
supposed to
mean,
know.
though. I mean, he was like the night. Vanessa Carlton, 30K,
1,000 miles.
That's disrespectful to her.
Yeah. Waka Flocka Flame for 35K. He would do it for us for like $5,000, I bet.
I think he would
Also,
just come. If we told
Yeah,
him
he would
to
just come. If we were like, "Hey, Waka, remember that time?" Like, you know, I bonded with Waka because he could tell that like I knew like one of his songs. Like I wasn't like a fan of his, but I just like enjoyed his presence, and I think he appreciated that. He's like, I like this guy. He's like, he's not bothering me. He doesn't care that I'm around. Waka would probably. He would come, play 3 songs, and then just enjoy the Christmas party for the rest of the night. Weird Al.
Pick one of them. Weird Al was my first concert ever.
40K.
That makes a ton of sense. I don't know why, but it makes a lot of sense.
X to the Z, 30K. The Yin Yang Twins are only 20. Come on.
With the Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like
Oh, hold.
I mean,
Uh-oh. It's always
what?
going.
What?
Local kid, Tyler.
Sammy Adams?
I knew you were going to say Sammy Adams, right?
JoJo, 35K. That's a fucking steal for JoJo.
35K.
Is JoJo a guy? I thought JoJo was a girl.
It's JoJo.
Yeah, it is a girl.
Oh, I thought you said local guy.
I said local kid.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sammy Adams,
Yeah,
10K. There you go. That's a steal.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
Millie's?
If we did, hey, the Section 10 Christmas party for all religions besides Bon Jovi featuring Exhibit, come on. Who's not coming to that?
People were like, what did Bon Jovi do to them? And why Exhibit?
Why
Corey, if
Exhibit?
you could just get going on that graphic, please. We're going to start promoting that. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, we got plenty of time to
No, we got to figure this out like tonight.
What we really got to do is we got to start going to events and playing the 50-50 raffle so we can fucking just hope to hit on one. If we all
listen.
play and we hit on one,
If
then
we
we can
go-
put it towards Exhibit. Yes, Coley.
I think an even better way to do it is you open the Underdog Fantasy app. You
Yeah.
enter promo code Gerrit.
Jared.
You get yourself a dirty, slutty little 8-way going
Mm.
on one of these football Sundays.
Yeah.
We can get all of these people.
Yeah. Featuring Exhibit and JoJo. Yeah. I would celebrate
The Section
Jesus'
10
birthday.
50-50 raffle tour where we're trying to get enough money to afford Exhibit at the Christmas party.
Yeah. The Christmas party for all religions.
For every religion.
It's for everybody except for Bon Jovi.
Yeah, no Bon Jovi.
Yeah, no Bon Jovi. I swear to fucking God if he tries to come.
Well, he was just on with
Oh,
Edelman. He's
man.
doing a podcast tour. If he thinks he's coming on this show, he's not.
No. Not interested, buddy. Not interested, pal.
Fuck off.
Yeah. No Bon Jovi. The only thing I'm interested in is Game Time right now. Game Time has this new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff. By the way, I don't give a fuck how late this podcast goes because I texted Danielle at like 11. She never texted back, so she's asleep. So I'll do this until 3 a.m. I don't care. I'll go down the fucking whole list of performers and we'll find someone for a reasonable price.
We'll just start calling their managers. We'll do the calls live.
Yeah, I have nothing to do for the rest of the night, so we are booking our Christmas artists tonight. Like that's going down. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste your time searching through thousands of tickets. Tyler, let me ask you a question. You went to Fenway Park on Monday, right?
Correct.
Did you like it?
It was a blast.
Would you say that it's something you would want to do again?
Yes, I want to go again
before the end of the year.
Over. Yes,
you would like to go back
multiple times.
All right, so we're gonna let's just for now. Let's get you in the building. Let's get you in a seat next time. Let's get you at a Red Sox game inside Fenway Park. Let's get you seated somewhere so that you can watch the game from the seats. How about that?
Game Time can do that for me?
Game Time can do that for you, and we are going to download the Game Time app. We are going to use the promo code Section 10, and we are going to get you $20 off your first purchase. That's what we're going to do. Game Time Picks, the curation makes it easier to save even more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. The all-in pricing, toggle that feature, Tyler, and it'll show you the total up front so that there's no surprise fees at checkout. You can get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy, and the lowest price guarantee. Or your Game Time app will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is also covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code Section10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use the promo code Section10, that is SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Steve, what time is it?
Game time!
Game time! Game time! All right, I'm excited for that. I mean, Coley, you were the one that like raised your eyebrow at the idea of not like you thought we shouldn't do it somewhere other than a bar near Fenway.
I never said Fenway. Like that part never even came out of your mouth. You were just saying a bar. Like seemed like a bad idea.
Somebody said House of Blues.
Why don't we just go back to the Blues? That was a fun room. Foundation room?
Christmas
not big enough for this Christmas party. We need
an exhibit.
Yeah,
Actually,
exhibit.
I mean, if we're gonna have a performer, House of Blues.
It's a good point, Steve. They do that kind of thing.
We can get the whole building?
Probably for exhibit, yeah. And us. We could probably get David Ortiz.
Yeah, probably. He'd be getting it done for everyone there.
Me and him on the stage performing together would be pretty crazy.
If you guys did the Stop and Shop song,
that would be all time.
That's what I'm looking forward to one day is the Red Sox being back in the playoffs, Section 10 doing a live show, and Tyler Milliken performing the Stop and Shop song on stage with David Ortiz.
You bring a gun to make that like
I don't know.
No, we're not bringing any guns near David Ortiz.
Terrible. No,
that
terrible.
is crazy.
Bad example.
Yeah.
It was the shotgun sound effect. That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Sorry, that's bad.
Can't do that.
The people's champ, Paul Wall, is only $15K.
Guess what? That price is going way down because he is
dead.
Very close with Alex Bregman, who would be like, all right, I'll come to the Christmas party when I sign with the Boston Red Sox this winter, and I'll bring Paul Wall with me to perform.
The people's champ,
Paul Wall,
personally
baby.
telling Bon Jovi to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Bon Jovi's just so confused. Like, why don't you guys want me here? Like,
he's like, I don't even want to come, but now that I can't come, I need to be there.
Yeah. He's like trying to perform. They just pull the plug on his mic. He's trying to perform Living on a Prayer.
Dude, no one wants you here.
No.
Like, how do you not get this?
Yeah. Like, how conceited do you have to be to try and steal the spotlight at the exhibit Christmas party?
Featuring Paul Wall.
Featuring Paul Wall and JoJo. And maybe Nick Swardson. I don't know.
Okay. Thought you were going to say Sammy Adams.
No, Coley wouldn't want him there. I wouldn't want to ruin Coley's Christmas with Sam Adams.
Sammy Adams, Mike Stud. Bring the local boys
Mike Stud.
here.
I'm friends with Mike Stud.
I want
Mike
to meet.
Stud,
I love Mike Stud.
I
Big
bet
Strowman
you,
guy.
like, if we're gonna keep it 100 here, I feel like we could actually get Mike Stud to do this.
He's Mike now.
I know, but I knew it was Mike Stud.
All right, that's his full legal name.
He just
Got
threw
it
out the
set
first
up.
pitch at Fenway like a couple weeks
Doesn't
ago.
he
too.
have like the Duke record for saves or something?
Exactly.
Saves record at Duke? Yeah.
I don't know if that's the exact stat, but he was on
I
the
mean,
big league
he's a
path.
real hooper, no doubt about it.
What is his record? What's his fucking?
It's SEANDER.
I know his name.
Oh.
Mike set a record for lowest ERA in the history of Duke's baseball program.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Then he got
He
hurt.
must have got drafted.
No, he got hurt, and that's why he got.
But that was
hit.
back when there were a million rounds. No one took a flyer.
I don't think so.
A toast to
That's
Tommy.
crazy.
That's like my middle school and
to my
high
knowledge,
school.
I don't believe he was drafted.
This also has to be not the most updated because it says Sabrina Carpenter's only 150K, and that can't possibly be true. Still.
Yeah, no.
She has a
chance.
Christmas album too. Bangers.
Dude, Mike Stud pitched in the Cape League.
Mm-hmm.
What team?
That's what I mean.
The
I'm shocked.
Wareham
He must have drafted
Gatemen.
out of high school.
Oh, he played for the worst park.
He also like
Uh,
wrapped it up and was like, "No, I'm going to rap," because the music was coming out when he was recovering from Tommy John.
Yeah, he got TJ. Mm-hmm.
Sean Paul.
Shonda Ball.
Shut up, all
Someone give it to
75K.
all the girls.
To all girls. He's like, I'm giving it to all of you.
Yeah,
Sean Paul's getting it done for all of you. He
Yeah,
was
he is.
saying that.
all the
Shaq's
girls.
only 50K.
Oh my gosh, now.
That's
He'll do it
that
for
can't be
less.
true. I feel like Shaq.
Shaq
I don't
has to
know,
be a
Shaq
big
goes
number.
every
a lot of
commercial.
places.
Yeah, Shaq seems very available, weirdly enough. 50, that can't be right.
Did you go to the Shaq part? Were you, Coley? Were you at the Super Bowl in Atlanta? No.
No, both my co-hosts were there. Why would I be there?
Yeah, that's true.
Only Underdogs ever sent me to the bowl.
The bowl. I went to the bowl.
Smash Mouth 45K.
Yeah, but he's dead.
Super dead.
Yeah. R.I.P. though.
Mm-hmm.
One of my biggest foes, but I respected him. I respected Smash Mouth. I don't respect a lot of my foes, but I did respect Smash Mouth. All the girls.
Oh my gosh, now. Shonda Ball now.
I don't want Sean Paul there either.
Wow.
Yeah, get him out of there.
What-
Put that on
hey,
the poster too.
What is
I'll sneak him in.
how much does Shaggy cost? Imagine if we got Shaggy.
I just said Shaggy. He was
I
about
wasn't
the same
where
price.
the fuck was I for that? How much is Shaggy?
Shaggy,
50?
I think 40, 50K.
Come
I gotta go
on,
back
come
a
on,
couple
Shaggy.
pages now.
I mean, it was one song, dude. Like,
That's not true.
Shaggy had a couple.
Shaggy
What was the
also-
other one?
He was also in the live action Little Mermaid on NBC.
what was the other one? What was the other Shaggy song?
He had Angel.
Shorty, you're my angel. You're my darling angel.
Wasn't me.
Well, I knew he was only thinking of one. You weren't swapping spit.
Yeah, dude.
Angel?
I
Yeah,
was
exactly.
I was cupping ass to Angel.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
You were
Yeah.
reaching down.
yeah. All the chaperones had to fucking detach those things like they were lobster claws. They're like, "Hey, hands up, buddy." I'm like, "Yeah."
Was there anything better than going from some way too intense grinding to a slow dance to some Casey and JoJo? Some
I
All
didn't-
My Life.
Oh
Just
my life. It was that. It
Round
was
cheeks.
Aerosmith. Don't wanna close my eyes.
Yeah, that was big.
Don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, babe. And I don't miss a thing. And what was the other one? Fucking every word I say is true. This I promise you. There's that
also,
one.
What was the Savage Garden? What's the song of the British guys sing?
Oh,
That's
that's like the soccer fans took that one.
I think they already had it, but it still goes crazy. And then Cascada dropped her version, which also went crazy. What's Cascada? Jake, book Cascada.
Yeah, we need Cascada.
Speaking of,
Oh, wow. Just saw the highest number yet.
What is it?
Luke
What do you think
Combs?
Alicia Keys goes for?
Oh, God.
500.
Oh my yeah,
No.
Tyler. Wow.
Bang.
Yeah, 500,000.
Okay, boom.
We've seen multiple $1 million people.
Oh, really? Who's been a millie?
Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish was over $1 million. Luke Combs is over $1 million.
Billie Eilish seems like unbookable. She's at the top of the
For sure.
pyramid.
Yeah,
How much is Cisco?
Probably like Billie Eilish's number.
should be.
Cisco?
Is that a band?
Cisco, my guess is 75K for Cisco.
Oh, it's a Q. I didn't.
Yeah, it's a
Worst
Q.
spelling ever.
Oh, no. Let me see that.
40K to 75K.
I nailed that.
That was right. When speaking of middle school dances and also 9/11, there was supposed to be one that week. That was 7th grade, and so 9/11 was a Tuesday, so that was supposed to be like the 14th, and they had to postpone it to the following Friday, and we were all horny little kids. Like, listen, Friday's a long way away from Tuesday. Let's not be drastic here.
It is.
Yeah.
They move it to the following Friday, and they, like, the last song was always a big deal. It was always a slow dance song before they cut the lights on at 10 p.m. And what was that Proud to Be an American song? That was the song they played. And even then, as a fresh 12-year-old, I was like, this is outrageous. Fucking stupid.
Were you still getting
Are you
down to it?
kidding me? Huh?
Were you still like getting it going during it, or were you like?
I was like,
You're
crying,
grinding to that?
laughing. No, I was
grinding.
I couldn't take it. So even in the moment, I was like, this is
Lee Greenwood?
not for me.
I'm so proud, baby.
I'm so proud. Let me smack that ass. Proud of that ass. That's an American ass.
Dude, the one song at the dance is dum dum dum. I was like, oh, forget about it.
Woo! That was after though. Like my go-to request was Party Up DMX. That was a go-to.
Red Sox win 5-3.
Red Sox win 5-3 on a walk-off home run by Tyler O'Neill tonight.
I was bumping the hell out of that song.
Swing home run. Swing a high drive. Way up there. Way back. Way gone. The Red Sox walk it off at Fenway. T.O. with an absolute moonshot. Number 30.
Wait.
What?
Is that Dave's best call ever?
One of
That's
his
in
best,
the running.
easily.
That was really good.
He was into it.
I don't want to take away from OB's moment, but Hogdale also had an equally electric call.
Hogdale is just naturally electric.
That's
Let's
correct.
see.
And his call was
Did he
as
tweet it?
electric.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really good.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's get a little Hogdale in here.
It says Young Thug.
I mean, bare minimum, like, at least get a deep fly ball to keep us alive.
He's the best.
1-0 count, pitch. Flies it! Left field! High and deep! This will get the fuck out of here! The Sox walk it off! A 3-run home run for Tyler O'Neill! And the Sox keep a season at least a little alive. They win 5-3. Tyler O'Neill comes through when you need him the most. That one an absolute moon bomb. Oh my goodness. They beat the Orioles. They had to have this one, and they get it done. Thank you, Jackson Holiday.
Honestly, I want Hogdale in the booth.
I'm just picturing Dave saying that exact call, and it gets the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Nice hands, Jackson, you prepubescent fuck. That's how all calls should be.
Yeah. Hogdale's great. I mean, this is gonna break his heart, but like, if
God, you're gonna say it?
What?
I know. We had the conversation, so I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, if we couldn't put Section 10 back together, like we were gonna go get Hogdale. Yeah, we were gonna go get Hogdale if putting the 10 back together. I'm glad he's flourishing. But I'm a huge Hogdale fan. We were just gonna be like, hey buddy, I know you're doing other shit right now, but now you're on this podcast. That would have been great. But we gotta get Hogdale on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Gotta get Hogdale on.
Section 10 out of context posted the Section 10 Christmas party flyer.
Really?
Oh, this has to be great.
Hi, Jeremy.
Yeah, we gotta gauge the interest. Let's see.
No Bon Jovi. Not happening.
Section 10 Christmas party with exhibit and no Bon Jovi.
It should be, this is a reference I know none of you are going to get, but there was a no homers club in The Simpsons, and there was a different Homer in there, and they said, yeah, no homers. So we say no JBJs, and we have Jackie Bradley Jr. very much there. And so when John Bon Jovi comes up, we're like, we're at our quota. We have a JBJ. We can't have
Yeah.
multiple.
I mean, Jackie would come.
Definitely.
Yeah, Jackie would come. I always kind of like, I think it sounds too sexual when you say like fantasize about it. Like I feel like you can only fantasize about sexual things. So what's the synonym for just like I think fondly about
Dream?
I dream about doing a live show where it's kind of like a variety show where all the bits kind of come to life, and then we bring out surprise guests on stage, and like Brock comes out and all that. That would be great, and I feel like there's potential for that next year. All we need is for the Red Sox to be good. We're not asking for much. Just be good. You don't have to be 2018 good. If you're good, like people were like asking us at the House of Blues, like when are you guys doing live shows again? It's like it's very hard to pump up a crowd for a team that's 500. It's very hard to do that. It just doesn't feel right, especially since we haven't done a live show since what, 2021 at this point.
Yeah.
I will say for the game tonight, it was fun to have that moment with Tyler O'Neill, but it was also like somewhat depressing to me at the same time because it just makes you sit there. It's like nice to take back-to-back series, but if you had taken care of business, like the Twins won, the Tigers won, they're still ahead of you in terms of this playoff race. Like you're hoping this creates some magical run the rest of the way there. And, you know, credit to Nick Pivetta for what he did. You know, his last 3 starts, 4 earned runs. He's been doing his damn thing. But I don't know. After the Tyler O'Neill buzz kind of went crazy and you got the Gatorade shower, I was more depressed than I thought I actually was going to be.
Yeah. It's not like fun. Genuinely. Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, they should just lose out. Of course not. Like it's
No.
I want them to keep fighting. You never know what could happen if they can make the playoffs. Obviously make the playoffs, but it's not something I'm counting on. Like I'm not checking the standings.
It's a 6% playoff percentage right now, like even after tonight.
Like, and what you were saying, like they did this to themselves. Like they've made it much more difficult than need be.
And like the things like tonight, like the bullpen still leaked. The offense, it was nice that it showed up at the end. Tyler O'Neill's been on a run. It's 5 homers over his last 5 games. The dude has an OPS at like 1,200 in the month of September. Like it's nice to see him continue to do his thing, but the offense is still extremely inconsistent. The bullpen's still leaking every day. And unfortunately, the starting rotation is the one consistent thing about this team right now. And, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with Tanner Houck after this upcoming start.
You're negative.
I'm not negative, but I don't know. That's just where my mind went.
You were saying this last night when we did the all cast. You're like, yeah, you know, that's even if they won, they're still going to shut down Tanner Houck, and they should probably shut down Devers because he's grimacing every time he swings. And
I think the negativity is warranted though, because this is the second series in a row against the Orioles where you come out victorious over them. So you do know they can compete with about the best teams in the league. Like I still don't look anybody like, oh, they're head and shoulders ahead of us. Like
the D-backs, D-backs wiped their ass.
I mean,
with us.
the American League though is not. Yeah, there's no one that much better than the Red Sox.
Yeah, they could still go to the World Series, but once they get there, they're gonna get butt fucked by the D-backs.
And like, you want to be positive. Like, all right, well, you have until the Twins series starts on, September 20th. Get it within 3 games and hope you sweep. And you have to dominate for 3 games.
But
we need to see them even do that,
right? Hasn't it been that? It's been that basically for like 2.5 weeks. And they've had plenty of chances to now be tied with the Twins or ahead of the Twins by now. But I was still excited. I'm not going to you're not wrong, Tyler, but I was still excited that happened tonight because it at least lets you know that they're fighting. They're actually trying to stick in this thing. I think it's overrated when people are like, oh, they're just going to fade off. It's like, no, these guys are still trying. They're slumping. But yeah, you just have to. You got to stay close enough until the Twin series, but that's not even saying to make the play, just to keep it entertaining. They can still keep this entertaining. They've done enough to keep it so it's on that line, right? It's right on that
And tonight was one of those nights. You lose, you fall back. You're 5 games back at that point.
Would have been a way different mentality.
Multiple games behind Detroit at that point. It's like, all right, well, this is arguably the lowest it's ever been.
Right. That's the problem. We've been so fixated on Minnesota and Kansas City before that, and meanwhile Seattle and Detroit are also there. It's not just if it were just us trying to catch Minnesota, that'd be one thing. The fact that a team that outright sold is ahead of you is a tough scene.
The Mariners also won while we were recording.
Yeah, to have any chance, the Red Sox have to get to 86 wins, and that's winning 12 of the last 16.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not going to say I don't care. Obviously, I want them to make the playoffs, but the idea of that has already sailed in my mind. So unless you're on the precipice of overtaking a team for a playoff spot, it could happen in one series, then I'll engage and consider it and talk about it. But until then, it's just a pipe dream. And I think I've shifted my expectations for this season multiple times. I think at first, it was to make the playoffs, and it wasn't any kind of crazy thought if they could win the World Series, but I think I more so just wanted the playoff experience for these guys, and there are pieces of the core that if they are going to win a World Series, that they're already up here. There's obviously more on the way. But now my bar is go down fighting. Don't roll over and die. Play as hard as you can, as well as you can until the end. Don't just give up. Don't lose 80% of your games to close out the season, basically. That's a very low bar, but it's just play good baseball, be competitive, and see what happens, I guess. But I've already let go of the postseason hopes. It's more just I don't want them to completely fall apart at the end. I feel like that's pretty reasonable expectation as a fan. But we've been disappointed in that regard for the last couple of years. That has been what happened.
Well, at this point of the season, last couple of years, they're 10 games out, 9 games out.
Which,
this is at least they're hanging around.
But if the Twins and Royals had handled business,
you
would be that far. And Alex Cora said it himself.
They're more so hanging around because other teams suck.
And that's the sad part.
It's also the expanded field. Realistically, there shouldn't be 6 teams in the American League this year that make the playoffs based on how this league has performed. So, I looked at the AL East records since June 1st, and basically everyone's 500.
Yeah, Baltimore's been 500.
The Jays, I think, are 6 or 7 under, but the Orioles are 2 over, Sox are 2 over, Yankees are 1 over, Rays are 1 or 2 under. So it's, a division that was dominant last year and has been recently is pretty 500, and that's kind of the AL or the AL as a whole.
The Red Sox would be in first place if the season started on June 1st.
So we got that.
Yeah, they would be tied in percentage points with the Orioles. The Red Sox since June 1st are 45 and 43. They'd be in first place. The Orioles 47 and 45, 511 winning percentage. Then you'd have the Yankees 44 and 43, the Rays 43 and 45, and the Jays 42 and 49. So we'd be tied with Baltimore for first place, 2 games over 500.
So that game was huge for
Yeah,
the
at the time.
division,
To
the
tie
since June 1st
since
division
June 1st
title.
division. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, it's a sickening stat that,
What's that?
I didn't realize. Like, we're talking a lot of like bad records. You know, when they have an 800 winning percentage this season, 800. 8
Where the circumstance?
the circumstance.
Oh,
yeah.
day games on turf.
Tyler,
5 runs?
no. You think they've only scored 5 runs 10 times?
Oh, no, I didn't hear the number. Yeah, that was stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was doing there. Go ahead.
Trevor Story
800?
plays
Oh, jeez.
That's the
8 and
defense.
2. Yeah, it is, because I mean his average has gone down even since he's come back. But I do give him a ton of credit for fighting to come back to, and I said it a lot to the people at the live show. It's like the Titanic has struck the iceberg, and he's like, kind of want to see what it looks like in there, and he just swam from the shore, not to like rescue anyone, but to be like, yeah, I'm part of this, and I don't really think it's like a small thing that he did that. Like, you never want to go into an off season like I haven't played since, what was it, April 5th was his last game. Because that's a long fucking time, and he grinded. no, it was like shocking the first time he said he was going to come back.
Like the
no one
thong song
believed
was
him.
on.
Huh?
Like the thong song was on.
Yeah. And here he is. And he's definitely, I mean, he had the drop tonight, but that wasn't an easy play by any stretch. Tyler O'Neill just kind of watched.
Yeah, I was like, where was he on that play?
Yeah, I don't know. No one was really where they should have been.
No.
Yeah.
No
one
just
really
was looking,
wanted that
like,
ball.
Raffy was running, Story went very far, and then O'Neill just kind of like, he sprinted for a second, and then was like, all right, good luck, you guys, figure it out. And
Well,
he made
Dave
a nice
was
grab
asking
later
like
in the
whose
game.
ball it is, and in that scenario, it's always not Raffy's ball. I'll tell you that much. Like, especially with Trevor Story back. So probably should have caught it, but he catches that every time, so who cares?
I do
Hugh
think
was like, that's the shortstop's ball, and that kind of just is. But I'm not gonna crap on the guy. But yeah, 8 and 2 when he was in there. Obviously, super small sample size, but 8 and 2 is 8 and 2. You can't crap on it.
when you lead baseball in errors and unearned runs, what's it look like if that's even 20% better than what it's been? What is that, another 3 or 4 wins? We're talking the difference between you being in a wild card spot and you not.
The defensive stuff is probably the most annoying part because it's just like, really? Like, we're going to be the worst defensive team again? And it's never even by a little margin. It's by an enormous margin of whoever's second. It's like, come on, guys. Because it does leads to wins and losses difference in the standings, even though it's not like pretty. It's not flashy. Just make the plays and you'd be in the playoffs. It's not that crazy.
But it was the most underrated part of the 18 team is they were so sure-handed everywhere, and it was like people would complain like, "Oh, Xander is not a Gold Glover." It was like he just didn't fuck up either. Like this is not what he did, and that whole team was like that. And I think we took that part for granted from that team.
I
Shout
will
out to
say,
Big Hit Kins, the one bad play of the year.
That was an insanely bad play too. Insanely bad.
I watched it back the other day. It was worse than I thought.
Oh, you gotta eat it. You gotta eat it.
I'm just reading the Reddit right now. They think that after this series, I'm going to be back in on the Sox. They're like, anyone think that after this one, he's going to be in? And after he abandoned this team, after he said they weren't going to make the playoffs, no, I still think they're not making the playoffs.
They got to go 12-4. It's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, they let's win 2 in a row first. Like, can we win 3 in a row? When's the last time we won 3 in a row?
3 is crazy. I think
July?
it's once in the second half.
Okay.
It was like the last 2 against the Rangers and then the first of the next series.
it's just you versus the schedule. You got 16 games left and you're 4 back.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, go Sox, dude.
Yeah, Sox, dude. Yeah.
6%.
We don't know who has the tiebreaker until we play the Twins. So
They'd have to sweep them to have the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time they swept a team?
Is it July 4th? Was it the Marlins on July?
It was the
No,
Marlins.
it's not that.
Second through the
No. July 4th was the last sweep?
Yeah. Yep.
For real?
You didn't sweep the A's right after that. Yeah, that's the last one. Then you get to the second
Lawrence
half.
Butler made sure of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we still gave people a positive pod. I think that that's what they wanted. But the idea that we would come on here and be like, guys, I think something special's happening.
Guys, I think they're picking their artist for the Christmas party on this pod tonight. I'm just getting a weird feeling about this.
I mean, it can't be Albert Suarez shoved it down your dick hole twice, and the Orioles do not really want him starting. That's like and he's a righty. Like, it couldn't be more alarming. I don't know.
He gave up a ton of hits too. I feel like the 2 starts against the Sox this year was like a hit per inning, and they just couldn't score on him. They had somebody on base every single inning.
Yeah.
That's the more painful thing, like watching a team down the stretch that hit for a majority of the year. Really, May was the only time where they kind of slumped, but you go back to August 20th and they haven't been doing anything at the plate in general. Like, they're 24th in weighted runs created plus, 21st in OPS, 25th in runs. Like, Devers isn't healthy. We see he's been sapped of the power. Casas, hasn't looked like Tristan Casas outside of that RBI double since those first 10 games. If those guys aren't going, you need someone to be a superhero, and that's what Tyler O'Neill's been lately, and it's the reason why you have a couple wins in your last 3 games.
I am pretty surprised how out people are on bringing him back. Not that I'm like the gung-ho about re-signing him either, but if Devers isn't going to be DH yet, and they're clearly going to make sure Moss is on a world tour next year, he won't be playing for this team. It's like, if DH is a hole, why wouldn't he be the number 1 option?
Yeah, it's one of the more frowned upon 30 homer from the right side of the plate seasons. Like, that's exactly what you need. Understandable. The injury stuff's fair, obviously, but
if he's DHing, you would assume
That's
that would
it.
be less of an issue.
You'd hope.
You would hope.
And if you're talking injuries, right, like 2 of the injuries were pretty freakish. One was a concussion where he ran into Rafael Devers, which, hey, if you're not playing the field, that's not going to happen. And the other was a leg infection. I thought, like, JP Long, this stat blew my mind. Most home runs in the first 101 games with the Red Sox. JD 32, Manny 32, Jimmy Fox 30, Tyler O'Neill 30.
Yeah.
It's a wild list to be a part of.
he is streaky too. That he's got to factor that in. I mean, these seem to come in bunches.
It's just, are you going to find another right-handed bat unless you're going to look for someone like a Brent Rooker? Yes, you're going to be taking risk. And, you know, with Tyler O'Neill, when you strike out 33% of the time, it's going to be a steep fall off when the fall off comes. It's going to happen, and he's going to go completely in the tank. But
and that's at home, too, right?
That's all season, 33% K percentage.
Stats had his splits, and it was like at home, he's striking out way
even more
than on the road.
Yes.
I have a question for you guys. Would you consider what the Red Sox are doing right now is that they're playing meaningful baseball right now?
I think barely.
Barely, yeah, you're holding on.
Yeah.
They consistently just stay on. If there's a line, they just tiptoe into the barely meaningful
Yeah,
zone.
every time their back's against the wall, they pull themselves up just enough to still be in the conversation.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, they're not at the point where they've mailed it in, but they're also not at the point where it's realistic that they'll make the playoffs.
Steve?
I don't even know. I just pulled it, Tyler. I could have just said it. I did a poll where I asked the folks, do you think the Sox can make the playoffs? We had...
When did you post it?
This was
After
right
the
after
game?
the homer. Right after the homer. Because I was genuinely curious. Because I was questioning, I'm like, wait, do they still have a chance? What do you think the yes percentage was? It was, I should say
64%.
yes, no, and undecided were the three options.
Oh, okay.
30% yes.
I'm going to say yes was 57%.
Goalie?
Yeah, I feel like people were overly positive after a win like that, but I think before that they were already pretty negative, so I'll say like 24%.
Jake?
I'll go 32.
Oh, Jake wins. 34. 34% yes, 45% no, 20% undecided. Fuck you, Jake. But no, that kind of feels, it's like, 1 out of 3 yes for the fans, and then basically half the people saying no, and then a fifth of the fans being like, I don't know, man, I don't know what I'm watching. We have nothing to really compare this to. Yeah, I don't want to commit. We got 16 left. Give me some time. Like, I'll let you know on October 1st.
We got a fucking 10th of the season staring us right down the barrel.
I know. Dude, you're asking this question with a lot of time left. You got to give me more. But no, I'm more saying undecided. Yeah, I say undecided more as like what Gerrit, the way he just phrased it. It's like, are they still meaningful? Like, I kind of think so. And Cora's kind of answering, or he's answering the questions in the presser like that, where it's like,
It was the best quote.
like
He said,
we
we're
had to win
still
this.
in it, but I don't know how. Like, he's basically like, yeah, like, we're not out of it, but we suck.
We
Like,
should have
we're
been
not-
eliminated by now.
You ask, like, are they playing meaningful baseball? Like, today felt meaningful. The last 3-4 weeks didn't feel particularly meaningful. So it's a tough question. Like, I buried them last show I was on. Obviously, I wasn't on the last show, but the 2 shows ago, I was just like, they quit. And that's genuinely how I felt. There was bad process, bad at-bats, bad defense, swinging a lot of first pitches, popping it up. And that was everybody. It wasn't just one guy. So that's where it would be more meaningful if they had stayed focused just slightly more.
Yeah, the tough part I have is the fine line between like sucking and not caring, like sucking at the plate and that giving up, because it's hard to tell. Technically, you could have given up and been bad at the plate, or you're just going through it at the plate, which it seems like most of the roster is right now. Even looking at Duran's numbers, like, when's the last time he's had a big game? It's been a little bit. If Duran's slumping, then everybody's slumping. He's been the best hitter on the team. So
They said it during the broadcast tonight, like in the first inning, the last like 7 games or so, he was like 500, like just got on 1 out of every 2 games. And then outside of that, I think not much, like you're saying.
Yeah, I think it was close to 200 this month for his average. When on the season, it was, 300, I think, coming into this month.
I've never gotten the vibe that it's been like a quit thing with them. I do think like getting down on yourselves and kind of looking defeated has been maybe it. But I thought even when you saw Rob Refsnyder's reaction, like after that 2-homer game, he was losing it in the dugout. He was going fucking nuts. Like, and that guy is kind of the leader of this team. I know a lot of people have laughed at that at different points in the year, but he's the one in there they look at as the veteran they kind of lean on. And, hearing him talk about how much they've been working behind the scenes and how he's been trying so many different things with his swing and all that, I think ultimately it's been more of a just, they haven't been able to execute. I don't think it's ever been a, they just completely said, well, fuck it. We're not winning the World Series, or this team doesn't have it. It's just, they ran out of gas in some ways, and in other parts, they went cold at the wrong time.
If you ever just dropped us into Section 10 night and saw that atmosphere and saw how the bats were going and how the team was playing as a whole, it'd be like, oh, yeah, the eye test, that's a playoff team. Like, this team's about to go to the playoffs and maybe, like, win the AL East, but you obviously haven't had anywhere near those nights in a long time. If you look at that among the whole list of games, like, how the hell did that game happen among that batch of crap? But, find a way to win tonight, even though we knew 2-1 wasn't going to do it.
Like, even if Tyler O'Neill doesn't hit that homer, we're saying outside of that game Monday night, this is a game that fits in with everything we've seen for the last, especially 3 weeks with the offense and everything.
Right, the Orioles lost how we've been losing.
Exactly.
I mean, their bullpen fucked up, and they made a bad defensive error at the worst possible time. Like, that's what we do.
Pretty crazy watching the Orioles in these games, and I'm like, you guys should be better than this. Like, we shouldn't be hanging around in as many of these games as they are. And the fact that, the Sox have a higher winning percentage since June 1st than the Orioles?
They're tied.
Okay, but that's crazy, right? Isn't that a little nuts? Percentage. I listened back to our preseason predictions just to see where our records were at for this team. And we actually have it. It's kind of coming down to the line here, but I think I said something like, yeah, the Orioles should pretty easily win like 100 games. And I didn't think that was even crazy hearing it back, but watching this team, I'm like, nah, they're not a 100-win team.
They've had a lot of pitching injuries, to be fair.
Yeah, that's hurt. That's definitely hurt them. That's definitely hurt them.
But they also have like a losing record since like, what is it, mid-July or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Burns has been not good since we went off on him 3 weeks
It's in
ago,
the fours. It's not terrible, but it's not ace-like.
For him, I mean, he was like in the Cy Young conversation, and then he played the Red Sox, and it like doubled his ERA that game.
Yeah. Under the hood, too, a lot of those metrics are pointing in the wrong direction. They're not going in the right direction for the second season in a row.
Jerry, you might nail it. You had 80 and 82. That feels very close to what might happen.
What was everybody's guess?
Coley said 70 and 92, but in his defense, he was going to say 78, but I had already said 78, so we can just call that a couple 78 and 84s. And then Tyler had 79 and 93. So I think they're projected to win 81 right now. It's right
I was
around
the most
500.
optimistic one.
Yeah, with a losing record.
Well, Tyler, if I remember correctly, and Steve, you just listened to it, Tyler sounded like he was going to be super optimistic, but then he started talking about the trade deadline.
I thought all those pieces were going to get sold off, and you were going to fall through the floor the last 2 months.
That was the beginning of Tyler's trade deadline talk that went all the way through the trade deadline.
He was right.
He was, yeah. Wasn't fully right, but technically was right.
I think even if they ended up at 80 and 82, I'd be disappointed. What are they right now? 2 games over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this series coming up tells.
Well, yeah, stat pattern
really
time
says it all.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy with like, what if Garcia and Sims worked out here?
It looks like Sims is going to make it back. I was reading today that
just in time,
hoping he pitches again by the end of the year.
If they actually worked out, like, I don't want to just be like, oh, what if that happened? But,
also,
that can give you some games.
Cora saying that they want to see Brian Mata before the end of the year as well, just start his rehab assignment. So
that's crazy.
That might be something to look forward to.
James Paxton is like, I never want to play baseball again after pitching for that team.
He's like, Rev Snyder was kind of spitting with that whole retirement thing. I don't hate that at all.
I think we mentioned the Titanic thing, and Paxton's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm not just giving up on the season. I'm done with my career. I don't want to do any of this anymore.
Paxton was like, I signed back with the Red Sox, so I started listening to the 10 again, and I heard about Pigeon Forge, and I'm fucking moving there. Like, I don't want to play baseball anymore. I'm moving to Pigeon Forge. Off he goes. Done.
By the way, Titanic exhibit in Boston. We're going.
Yeah, we're going in October.
Like, I'm looking at Yahoo's box score. I know it's not the NLBL, but they have key players. They have Keegan Aiken and Greg Weissert, and their numbers are essentially the same. Like, it's shocking how decent his just like baseball card numbers look. I know under the hood Tyler Greg Weissert fucking stinks, but looking at his number, like he's 4-2 with a 3.64. For our bullpen, that seems like
early in the year, Weissert was one of the arms they leaned on the most. Yeah.
Him and Campbell, that first like 2 weeks, it was like, oh, we're never gonna give up a run again.
Andrew Bailey turned them into elite relievers.
Yeah.
To 10?
I know. Yeah, I think we're gonna do Ketchup, but like,
we all have the same answer.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever.
That's not true.
Whoa.
Okay.
Ketchup Series MVP. Series MVP.
Clark's Ketchup Series MVP brought to you by Clark's Ketchup Drizzle. That ketchup. People were fucking furious that we didn't do ketchup for the White Sox series. They're like, you can't just cancel the ketchup. You can't do it. All the voters kind of like agreed. Like everyone was like, yeah, like this feels weird. They just lost to the White Sox. They just got blown out by the White Sox. They're the worst team of the modern era. And it's like, I understand it's hard to sweep any team. But it just kind of felt like not only did you lose in a embarrassing fashion to the worst team of all time, but it was in the series finale. And it was also kind of like the marking of like when we really thought it was over. But a series win like this against an Orioles team that everyone, I mean, we just heard talking about it before the season, 100 wins. It's a good Orioles team. You take 2 out of 3, you win in the finale, and it's a walk-off home run. You got to drizzle it. You got to drizzle that ketchup. So, that being said, without further ado. feel like this is a pretty easy one. I feel like it's one that everyone walking into it's like, all right, got a walk-off home run. You got a big 2-homer night. You got some one of the probably the best series that anyone's kind of had. This might be the best series of the season. To have a 2-homer game and a walk-off home run in the same series? Like, does anyone else remember a series better than that?
I mean, Duran's had big series, but I don't know about that.
I was gonna say, if someone else had done that, it would have been O'Neal earlier in the season.
Yeah, he's got 4 MVPs.
Yeah. Led the Red Sox with a 1595 OPS, played in all 3 games, hit 333, 429 on base, and 1167 OPS. Had 4 hits in the series. 3 of them went over the fence. 14 total bases, 4 runs scored, drove in 6, including a 3-run walk-off bomb. Pretty simple to me. Your Clark's Ketchup Series MVP has to be Tyler O'Neill. Just so that we don't build up any momentum in hopes that it's going to be unanimous, I'll let Coley go next.
Yeah, you should have me lead off because everyone else is going to vote for Tyler, and I'm happy for Tyler. He deserves Ketchup. It's not about what he did or didn't do. It's about integrity. It's about morals. It's about what we decided as a unit. It's about what Will Fleming had said off air. And if that was if they had taken series off the Orioles and Yankees, then it would have been right to come back. Giving Ketchup right now, walking into this Yankees series, just makes me think the Yankees are going to sweep us and we're going to look like assholes. But if by Monday they take 3 out of 4, even if they split, I'll happily change my tune. And when we just segued from the last segment to this with depressing talk about whether or not they quit and whether or not this win meant anything, stuff like that. So I'm glad Tyler O'Neill will have it on his resume for the season total when we look back and give away season Ketchup and all this, because that's a different story altogether. For right now, I'm abstaining for all the reasons we had already agreed upon. I have no MVP right now. They take 3 out of 4 off the Yankees. I'll give more Ketchup than you've ever seen in your fucking life to somebody. But I just can't in good faith do it, knowing what we've already agreed upon.
Wow.
Otherwise, we should be giving Ketchup for the White Sox series, too. That seems fucking much stupider to me.
Wow. Wow. Jake, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the reason that we uncancel the Ketchup, I think you got to win the Ketchup, so going Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill. Steven?
It's tough. Coley's logic is fair. It's probably the biggest debate we've all had, and not like heated or anything, but genuinely trying to figure out what the right thing to do with the Ketchup is, coming off of a series win against an Orioles team that might win the division and go deep into October. I don't have the guy that everyone's going to have. I understand who's going to win this MVP, but I want to give a shout out to a guy that allowed Tyler O'Neill to collect this MVP with the start he had in the finale, and that is Nick Pivetta. Somebody that I think we overlook a little bit at times. Understandable, he's had an up and down career with the Red Sox, but considering how they got him in 2020, and now that he's made 104 starts in Boston, when we sent Workman and Hembry to the Phillies, obviously they won that trade, and I thought Cora made a good point. This is a guy that at the end of seasons in September gives you meaningful starts. He's got a 3.3 ERA in September for the Red Sox, and most of the season, only really one bad September in 2022. But yeah, he's there. He takes the ball, he posts. He's a guy you've had to rely on over a stretch of time where the starting rotation has sucked. I'm going to go with Nick Pivetta for my Clark's Ketchup Series MVP. What? It was a great start in the
I would have
series
given him
clincher.
a packet.
Yeah, he deserves a packet. He definitely does not.
Tyler O'Neill can't hit the walk-off if he doesn't have the start he had in this finale.
I don't want to throw other voters under the bus here. Lou Merlone voted for Nick Pivetta in like the top of the 4th.
But
Yeah,
that's
but
what Lou. That's what Lou does. That's what Lou does.
Yeah,
his vote later on.
Yeah, he changed his vote. Yeah.
Pavetta's not a crazy pick. I know
Yeah,
O'Neill's
it's
going to
crazy
get it.
pick.
It
All
is.
Canada votes.
If it were a sweep, I think it's a crazy vote, but it wasn't a sweep.
I've like when Coley mentioned earlier this year, the clincher matters a lot. I've kind of adopted that take. I think it's a
how
really
about a
good one.
3-run walk-off bomb? in that
But he
series?
wouldn't.
You had
It wouldn't have been
two-homer
extra
game.
innings if Pivetta got rocked. You wouldn't have had the chance to get there.
Yeah, I think Pivetta pisses balls off. I think it's a perfectly fine. I think Jackson Holiday deserves votes.
He does. For the purpose of saving time, everyone voted for Tyler O'Neill from the expert panel.
Come on.
And then,
Tyler
Can I just say one thing? One thing, real
Tyler
quick.
didn't get to talk.
oh, you didn't get to vote?
No,
Oh, my
I
bad,
just
Tyler.
real quick.
Go ahead.
It's okay. I am voting for Tyler O'Neill.
But you're part
Just
of
what
the
he's
expert
doing
panel.
against. What'd you say? No.
I said you're part of the expert panel. That's fine.
Thank you. Just what he's done against lefties this year: 322, 439, 760, 1199 OPS. That's ridiculous against left-handed pitchers all season long. But more than that, a specific play in this game that I think got very, swept under the rug. 8th inning, that ball Gunnar Henderson smashes that he went back on and caught. He doesn't catch that ball. It's a 2-run homer later that inning. You probably don't even make it into extras. Sneaky big defensive play from a guy we've been killing for his defense for some time now, Tyler O'Neill.
Great pick.
Thank you.
Like I said,
Oh, ketchup packets to Rob Refsnyder, multi-homer game, please.
yep.
And Nick Pivetta, maybe.
And
I
Nick
mentioned
Pivetta.
it when you picked him.
Okay.
Okay, the closer. It's Will Fleming.
What the fuck is up? Dudes, you just got me out of bed. I had the night off. I was watching the ball game, ready to close my eyes and maybe write off another season of Red Sox baseball when, bam, out of nowhere, Tyler O'Neill hits one into the night and sends us to New York with a chance. And look, I know we suspended Ketchup last week, and I was fully on board with that decision. It felt like we were sort of dishonoring the legacy of what it means to honor somebody with Ketchup. But if anybody deserves it all year long, it is Tyler for that one swing. I mean, we get to go to Yankee Stadium and keep the dream alive. And isn't that why all of us do this thing, is to play a series like we're about to in the Bronx and just try to stay in this thing. Make that Twins series matter. That's the name of the game. That was just an absolutely enormous lightning bolt. It is so badass to be back with you guys. Congrats on a sick Section 10 night on Monday. Let's do this again after Raffy hits 4 home runs on Saturday against Cole. But for right here, right now, the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP is Tyler motherfucking O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill, Clark's Ketchup Series MVP, five-time Clark's Ketchup Series MVP.
One away from Jaron, just saying.
Oh, wow.
Also, packet to Raffaella. Got to throw that
What?
out. Ceddanne Raffaella deserves a packet.
It's over.
He deserves to be acknowledged.
It's over. Yep, it's over.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop and look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop and look ahead.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
For all of you. There's no one that Stop and Shop doesn't get it done for, Coley. That's what that means.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, reverse engineer what the question was.
Yeah.
He was
You gotta
speaking
find
to a
that quote.
crowd.
For all of you. You should all feel blessed.
Well, there's a big crowd, and there's someone from Stop and Shop like giving something to all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's how it happened.
Yeah. Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Shop and Stop. Use the promo code section 10, get 10%, 10% off, 10 cents off.
I thought you were ready to go
10%
all
off.
night, J-Dog.
10% off, 10 cents.
1 penny off.
You get a
Promo code section 10.
get a free penny at Stop and Shop.
It's a 4-game series against the New York Yankees. Cooper Criswell versus Nestor Cortez, who I believe just got demoted to the bullpen, but apparently now he's starting a game against the Red Sox. Okay. Tanner Houck versus Clark Schmidt. Brian Bayo versus Gerrit Cole. That'll be a fun one. And then Cutter Crawford versus Carlos Rodon in the series finale. Okay, let's dive right on into it. Clark Schmidt, it's going to be out of order, but that's okay. Clark Schmidt was on the injured list for a long stretch of the season. He had a strained lat. September 7th was his start against the Cubs, his first since May 26th. He went 4 2/3, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, walked 1, punched out 2 through 75 pitches. There you go. Gerrit Cole off to a slow start this season. His first 7 games, he's figured it out over his last 7. His first 7 had a 5.40 ERA. His last 7, a 1.58. Maybe that'll change now that he has to face his daddy, Rafael Devers. Red Sox caught him during the first 7. They hit him hard, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Gave up a home run. Guess who? Rafael Devers. His 4-seamer's been unhittable so far in September. Batters are 2 for 22 with a single and a double, 12 strikeouts. So let's see if Devers can get another one off of Gerrit Cole. Carlos Rodon. Over his past 5 starts, he's allowed 4, 0, 5, 1, and 3 earned runs. The Yankees are 2 and 3 in those games. In the first 3 months of the season, Rodon had 92 strikeouts in 93 2/3 innings and a 4.42 ERA. In the last 2+ months, he's had 89 strikeouts in 64 2/3 innings and a 3.90 ERA. So he's improved slightly overall, but he is definitely striking out more batters than he was in the beginning of the year. Rodon being a lefty and striking out a lot of hitters is kind of bad news for the Red Sox, as that's kind of not their thing. The Red Sox have hit or have his number this year in 2 starts: 11 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 7 earned, 4 walks, 14 strikeouts, 2 bombs, a 5.56 ERA against the Sox. And then who am I missing here? Oh, Nestor. Fuck him. Yeah. So that is...
Doesn't really feel like a rivalry anymore, does it, Nestor?
Yeah. Cooper Criswell versus Nestor Cortez. Tanner Houck versus Clark Schmidt. Brian Bayo versus Gerrit Cole. Cutter Crawford versus Carlos Rodon. Prediction time with your winning factor, Steven.
Prediction time. The Red Sox are 7-2 in their last 9 games at Yankee Stadium. Believe it or not, that is a 3-0 series record in that span. I do want the Orioles to win the division so that our live streams at Gerrit's house in early October it feature the Yankees, and we can just root heavily against them. Yankees and the Red Sox basically have the same record. They're essentially, since June 1st, sorry. They're 500 since June 1st. We talked about that earlier. Casas is really having a tough stretch here. So I am hoping. I'm going to say this. Do I fully believe it? Maybe not. But my winning factor is Tristan Casas. If he can get going, I think they have a chance to potentially win this series in New York. You know, Rafael Devers is potentially going to take Gerrit Cole to the moon once again. But yeah, give me a Benny's Banana Split so I can put that up in the background for the next show.
Okay. Coley Mick, your prediction and your winning factor.
I just tried the Oreo Coke, like the cookie half of it. Not my losing factor is those. Those are horrifying.
Wow.
What the sick pups that work at the Oreo factory need to figure it enough.
Credit to you for giving it a shot, though. I wouldn't have
The
even tried
beverage
it.
is weirdly delightful. I don't hate the beverage at all. But my winning factor, it's not going to be a huge surprise to anyone. It's Brian Bayo. Him going into Yankee Stadium, going up against Gerrit Cole, the reigning Cy Young champ, in what can only be described as a must-win game. Not just for the series, for the season, but for his season. And for a 4-game series with what the bullpen is, I need some length in this game. I need him to go late. I need the win there. I'm most nervous about doing Ketchup before this series. It feels like they're going to get swept because of it. I'm hoping my integrity doesn't do that. So no Ketchup. I would have said 3 out of 4. With Ketchup, they just take the Bayo start.
Wow. That is super pessimistic from Coley Mick.
Not my fault.
Yep. Tyler Milliken, prediction and winning factor.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the split in this series. I think the Red Sox do just enough, once again, to keep themselves somewhat in the conversation, but not to the point where you have any confidence in a real comeback as the season winds down. I do think the two lefties here in this series stand out to me the most, with Nestor and Carlos Rodon. We saw in that first game, the lefties or the lefty mashers and Rob Refsnyder and Tyler O'Neill were able to go off. You need to have another game where those two kind of take it over, especially Rob Refsnyder, who was completely absent in the month of August, because right now I don't trust Tristan Casas to do damage against lefties. I don't think the Red Sox do either. The fact that they sat him 3 times in 6 days, I think is pretty telling about where they're at. And we've seen Devers struggles against lefties this year, Duran as well. So you need another game where those two come together and can really go off. And then when you're talking Tanner Houck, Brian Bayo, and Cutter Crawford, 3 guys who have pitched really well against the Yankees for the most part throughout their career. But I do think that game, Bayo versus Cole, this is a moment where Devers hopefully gets that first homer since he started dealing with these recent injuries again, flaring up. Bayo, go out and prove why you've been the most steady guy in the second half. I think they take the first game against Nestor. They take the third game, Bayo versus Cole. They drop the second and fourth game.
I don't know what Jake's going to say, but I know what I'm going to say. And Jake, if you're with me, I got a 4-game sweep. I got a 4-game sweep because it defies logic and it just puts us in a spot to make us look like the assholes for saying that the season was over. Because if they pull off a 4-game sweep of the New York Yankees this weekend, that's when shit hits the fan. The winning factor here is that all the pressure is on them. You've already taken 2 out of 3 from them twice this year, and now they're coming here for it's at Yankee Stadium. We're going there for a 4-game series. Steve said, what is it? What's the record?
7-2 in their last 9 there.
7-2 in their last 9 games at Yankee Stadium. All the pressure in the world is on the Yankees to win these games. No pressure at all for the Boston Red Sox because I feel like it's not like that they've given up, but I think that they've kind of faced the facts of, this probably isn't happening, so we can just kind of go out there and play our best ball and we can dildo these guys around because they don't ever beat us anyway. So, and then the Yankee fans there, a lot of pressure playing in front of those fans. If you're the actual Yankees, it's almost like playing at Yankee Stadium is a detriment to that team. It's like they're gonna boo us louder than they're gonna boo you guys. So that's my winning factor is the pressure in this series being on the New York Yankees. Did you have something you want to add, Steve?
No, I was just gonna say if they sweep the Yankees in a 4-gamer, I will give away 10 pizzas to listeners of the show. I will pick 10 separate people to win a pizza.
What about 5 pizzas and 5 Section 10 shirts?
I will do 5 pizzas, and I'm going to throw in 5 Section 10 shirts, but there's going to be 10 winners. That's the point. We want 10 winners if the Red Sox sweep the Yankees. Gerrit?
What if 5 people win and they want the shirt, and then the 6th person also wants the shirt? Can they trade a pizza for a shirt?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I think it's a pizza or t-shirt option.
I think everyone's gonna pick shirt in that scenario.
Someone might want a pizza. No, Tyler. What if someone wants the pizza? Or what if someone
I think a shirt is worth 2 pizzas if we're doing worth here.
Cole?
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get denied.
Yeah. I just want to make yeah.
He didn't even have anything to say. That's incredible.
We'll put it this way. I'm pretty sure that you can get the shirt for free. You just have to pay for the shipping, so the shirt would actually be cheaper than the pizza.
Yeah.
It's a fair point. Just talking value of the items.
Oh, value of the item. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
What if someone wanted a shirt of a pizza?
That's a good point. One person can request a shirt of a pizza, and I will go get that custom made for them.
There's got to be one on like Amazon.
I'll get it for them on Amazon.
All right. All right. Perfect. Jake?
Jared, you're not going to fucking believe it, but I'm with you on this one. The Sox, there's one way to get back into the season, and that's a 4-game sweep of the Yankees. So just go fucking do it. My winning factor is Rafael Devers on Saturday.
A 4-game sweep of the New York Yankees was the most selected prediction of this weekend. The most popular prediction, the most common prediction was a 4-game sweep of the New York Yankees in New York. And they got Gerrit Cole going. So what'd you say, Steve? They have to do the 4-game sweep in order to win the prize?
Yeah, 4-game sweep, and then it's 5 pizzas, 5 shirts, or you can get whatever you want, or one person can get a pizza on a shirt.
Why don't we make it a YouTube?
No Bon Jovi.
No Bon Jovi's not going to be a part of this at all.
Yeah. To enter, comment pizza t-shirt in on the YouTube video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or on Twitter, hashtag pizza shirt.
Pizza shirt.
And then tag Section 10 Pod.
Yeah.
And include a picture of a pizza or a shirt.
I walk through his counter like that. One thing Tyler said that made me laugh very hard was him calling Bayo the most reliable starter, whatever word he used, steadiest starter of the second half, because Steve had brought that up about a month ago, and he was like, I think it's Paxton, who hasn't pitched since and is now going to retire and never pitch again, which is just very funny, like completely coincidental, but just very funny to be like, this is Steady Eddie right here. And he's like, I'm never going to throw a baseball again, actually.
I'm just going to quit. This is over. Honestly, the phrase in general of like most consistent starter for the Red Sox should just be retired. Sure. Like that's for this team.
Sure. He's either going to look like 99 Pedro or the worst guy to ever throw a baseball. Like that's as consistent as it gets for this team.
Yeah. All right.
Is he writing something? He's muted himself. He looks furious. I don't like the way his hat's
what is this
crooked.
look?
Yeah.
He's up to something. I always know when he's up to something. This is not good.
He's doing a bit.
He's holding back a smirk. Is he doing a bit?
For the audio listeners, it's a slur. It's one of the big ones.
Can we blur this out? This barcode for a competing
flood. Un.
Yeah, it says. No, I see what it says. What is this?
What does it say?
Is he muted?
Yeah, he muted
himself.
This is a weird protest.
Because he knew writing on a bag would be loud.
What does it say, Steve?
He wrote something. I can't even. I think it's fuck you.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Moving on.
Steve, how about that weather, huh?
Weather look ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
And chew them with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth. Thursday is game 1. 7:15 p.m. Eastern first pitch. It is on Fox. Sox on Fox. Sunny, 73 degrees. 1% chance of rain. 5-mile-an-hour winds. Friday's game 2, Jared. 7:05. Apple TV. It's going to be sunny out there. 76 degrees.
Yeah!
76 degrees.
76 degrees in the Bronx. 76. It was 76 degrees the day of Section 10 day at Fenway, too. That's a good sign. The Sox love when it's 76.
Oh, yeah. I don't look it up, but they're undefeated when it's 76. Saturday's game 3, 105. First pitch, sunny, 82 degrees, 0% chance of rain, 6-mile-an-hour winds. Sunday's the series finale. It is Roberto Clemente Day around Major League Baseball. Partly cloudy, 79 degrees, 3% chance of rain, 9-mile-an-hour winds. Very good weather this weekend in that dump of a stadium and that dump of a location in the Bronx. And that will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth, yep. Tyler, what do you think?
Protest.
What are you protesting?
Wait, what? Why is he mad? What's going on?
What are you mad about?
It's too late now.
I think it's one of those things where, like, when you stay up for so long, you start to go into psychosis. Like, he gets like 3 hours of sleep a night during the week. It's almost 2 a.m.
3 hours.
It's almost 2 a.m.
Mm.
Yeah, he's sleep deprived.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts, T-Dog.
Congratulations to Roman Anthony, the #1 prospect in all of baseball. Very special day. I know a lot of people were... Thank you. I know a lot of people were pissed off that anybody was celebrating it in general, but still, it's something you should acknowledge. Just because...
Tyler, I have a feeling that people that reply to you just, like, suck. Because I don't
get the
see any of these...
side, which is, like, very anti-prospect, who thinks if you just
Who the
acknowledge
hell
a
was
prospect,
mad
you
about
suck.
this?
A lot, like, if you look at my tweet today, it's like 50% anger. It's actually pretty ridiculous. On the negative side of things, Christian Campbell came out with an injury today, but it was just a little tweak or a muscle spasm in his shoulder blade. They're hoping it's only a couple days off and he should be back. But yeah, Roman Anthony, the first #1 prospect for the Red Sox since Andrew Benintendi in 2017, and if you go all the way back to Dice K back in 2007. So 3 all-time #1 prospects for the Red Sox in all of baseball. Roman Anthony joins the list.
Moncada wasn't #1?
No. Topped out at #2.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't remember Benny getting up to #1 overall. It couldn't have been for that long, right?
No,
No,
it wasn't super long. He was already up.
Sprinted through the system.
If you actually think in 2016 he was up, but he didn't exhaust his rookie eligibility, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Oh, yeah, that always helps.
Coley, final thoughts?
Nope.
Steven?
Yeah, somebody asked me at the House of Blues a question that I didn't know the answer to, and I wanted to ask you guys. Do the suspensions reset after the season, or are these just, like, ever growing?
I think they reset. It's both. It's like, yeah, you have, like, season and all time.
Okay.
Right. Like, they don't reset your home run total all time.
Yeah. True, yeah. We'll have season stats and career stats. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Jake's takes?
Yeah, I just got off a call with some very important people, and they assured me that Bon Jovi won't be allowed anywhere near the state of Massachusetts for pretty much all of December, so we should be all right.
That makes sense, because Jake was yelling, right? He muted his mic and was yelling at somebody on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, he was pissed.
I knew because he took his camera off, so I knew he was either yapping or clapping. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, do you enjoy that, Jake? Like, now, like, when we do any type of Section 10 event, like, everyone just tells you to shut up.
Yeah, it's like every single Tied in the 8th is just like, stop yapping. People walk by me like, shut up, dude. I'm like, my bad. Funny.
We can't end the show with Tyler like this. I don't like
Yeah,
this.
Tyler, what the fuck, man?
Tyler, I don't think the offense was this big. What happened?
I'm not even
what
mad.
happened?
I was just doing a bit.
Your
I wrote
attitude
fuck
changed.
you on the Wendy's bag.
Okay.
Where you at?
Why is
Where you
it
at?
still kind of sunny where you are? It's 2 a.m., dude.
He's on that side of Brockton that gets the sun late.
We have a nuclear power plant in the area that illuminates the sky at night. No. Just it keeps a constant sunlight in this part of the town, unfortunately.
It's just that little small part of that town.
Honestly,
Stays
I know
lit
a
up.
lot of people were surprised I could afford something like this. This is unfortunately, the cost of it all.
I mean, you've done a lot.
Is the radioactive?
It's just insanely bright all the time.
This is the cost of it all.
24-hour sunlight. The more I sit here, though, the more I feel this really is my aesthetic.
Yeah. Well, that's good. All right. Hope you guys got what you came for. Thanks for listening. Subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out to Section 10 night at Fenway. And I'm looking forward to the Section 10 Christmas party with all religions and no Bon Jovi and plenty of exhibit. Can't wait. We'll see you then. And we'll be back on Sunday night, Monday morning for you guys. Somebody fart? All right, goodbye.
Buenas noches, amigos.